I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Melissa Etheridge, I'm Not Broken Tour. April 11th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Melissa Etheridge in concert. I'm Not Broken Tour. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Here it is, 2024. Is this the year that you plan on getting heart smart? That's right. Early detection is key to maintaining a healthy heart. And in 2024, you can make it your resolution to be proactive and not reactive when it comes to your long-term health care. There's no question early detection is key to a longer and healthier life. And the testimonials coming out of Life Imaging FLA are amazing. Just a few weeks ago, a listener chose to go to Life Imaging FLA and found out she had 2 major blockages leading to surgery just a few days later. It saved her life. The test is easy. You don't have to take your clothes off. There are no injections, and it only takes a few minutes. Make that call today. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It's a $699 value. From your cell phone, call pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Much better to know now before it's way too late. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from people are freaking out to Super Bowl tickets are insane this year. Then your Apple Mailbox money is on the way. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Seeley.
Oh, how's everybody doing?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. What does that mean? It means you share the show. Tell somebody about the News Junkie Radio Show, the podcast. Hit that like button, the greatest like heard around the world right now. Ready, everybody on YouTube? 3, 2, 1. Bam!
Smash
Hit the like button. Just like that. It's easy to do, and we hope you hang out with us today. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good. It's weather alert day, so
Yes.
I'm just preparing for that, my friend.
No, that is not how you say it.
Storm
It's
alert day.
Weather alert day. It's scary. It's working. It's a new thing, this whole weather alert day. I think Amy Kay and her friends came up with this or something, but it's working on me because Courtney and I are walking yesterday, take a lady for a walk, and I go, I don't know, tomorrow's a weather alert day. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but I'm worried about it.
I mean, they had like interviews with the power line companies that are prepared for outages.
Oh,
that
really?
much. Oh, yeah. And
Okay.
then I already had a casualty this morning. I came outside and there were chairs down and the little bowl of water that birds bathe in.
Oh,
down.
no.
Yeah,
All right.
buddy.
Well, folks, we have no idea what's going to happen during the show today. So if you're listening to this, hopefully we make it through okay. It's getting really windy outside. It's going to be a wild one, but we'll keep an eye on everything as we go on. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of college football. Yeah. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines, national champions.
Damn.
Look at them go.
I know
They
my
took
urologist is
down-
happy.
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah, he's a big fan?
It's just,
He talked to you about college sports while he was inside of you?
well, he's not generally inside of me, or ever.
Not yet.
But it was just like, as we were like leaving my last appointment, he's like, all right, have a great holiday and go Michigan. And I was like, okay.
All right. Well, good thing he's not a Washington Huskies fan and you have an appointment today. You know, those two would be a bad thing to collide on the same day. But the Michigan Wolverines, well, they won the national championship. Jim Harbaugh was the coach, or shall I say, is the coach. He was on the field, and quite obviously, Jim Harbaugh was, I think he was microdosing during the national championship. Because his comment when they said, "You won, Jim. How does it feel that the Wolverines are national champions?" He went to full-on stoner mode.
How sweet does this little bath feel right now?
It's pretty great. You know, you watch this confetti come down. It's like thousands of confetti. It tells a story. There's a story in every one of those pieces of confetti to me. Amazing blue confetti.
Amazing blue confetti, he says.
I'm just telling you, I grabbed a couple confettis from my pocket because every story's written on those confettis.
He's really into the confetti, this guy. I tell you what, there's the confetti up in the air. There's a story in every one of them confettis.
I'll tell you something about confetti because I had bought Publix right there in the front, and how dare they had those like the poppers.
Yeah.
You know, we did it with color for that photo shoot one time. This one had confetti. Set it off New Year's Eve. Still picking up the pieces, and I don't think I'll ever get every single one.
There's a lot in there.
Everywhere.
Sean knows about that.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of people who keep the confetti, and by a lot of people, I mean Courtney, because like she still has a little vial of confetti from a Britney Spears concert she went to a long time ago. And when we were at the Aladdin thing at the end, they hit confetti, and she's like, "Oh,
spoiler alert, dude!
I can't get to the confetti. I'm unable to get there." People seem to have an attraction to this stuff, and he's like, "There's a story in every confetti."
How sweet does this little bath feel right now?
It's pretty great. You know, you watch this confetti come down. It's like thousands of confetti. It tells a story. There's a story in every one of those pieces of confetti. To me. Amazing blue confetti.
Amazing blue confetti. I like him. He's having
As he gets hit by a yellow piece of confetti.
He's just enjoying his life, just being a winner out there. Every once in a while, you get one of those under your belt. Speaking of being a winner, make sure you're paying attention all this week. And I don't know, for a while now, we're going to have these keywords that you'll hear on this very station. All you need to do is respond to that keyword by doing what the promo says. And we had a winner yesterday on the show.
That's
right. $1,000. So hopefully we get another one today. I want you to make sure you guys are showing up in full force, trying to get as many of those as you possibly can. That's a fantastic thing to see.
And of course, you're going to hear it over and over again. We just really beat it into you. The fact that to win, you must pick up your phone. So if you get a no caller ID thing and you've been going to the website and putting in these keywords, you got to pick that thing up.
That's true. At least for the hour, like just make sure you go.
Mostly because this contest is underwritten by debt collectors.
Just pick up the phone no matter what it says. And if it is some sort of scam, hang up immediately. But if they say it's iHeart and you won, then good on you. That's a fantastic win for you right there.
Did it.
I do have, you guys have probably seen this. I have a medical malady that I like to throw out there.
Okay. Your face?
Hey. Wait for it. Wait for it.
It's the height of rudeness. Just the entirety of your face. That's like the thing I said where the most offensive thing you could say to somebody is if you walk up to them and say, "What are you?" That's literally the most offensive line. It's not that necessarily.
You mean not on Halloween?
Yeah, right. But I got a doctors. Can doctors help me who are listening to the show? I know we have some doctors out there.
First one of the year, everybody. This is not the last.
Why am I crying so much? Okay, this is my question.
That's more of a therapy question, buddy.
No, it's I don't know what it is. You guys know that if I laugh, I cry. Like when I laugh, I tear up big time, and just because that's just my response to laughing. Lately, I don't know. It's just like it's pouring out of me, and it's not like a sad thing or anything. It's not bad.
I don't understand. Are you saying like your eyes are tearing up constantly? Because that's allergies.
No, it's not like it doesn't feel like an allergy thing. Here, I'll give you because it happens repeatedly for different things. All right, doctors, tell me if this is an allergy thing.
Back-to-back Twitch comments. You a big old pussy? Because you're a pussy. BDM X-Con and the Steph-P, back-to-back, the juxtaposition of those two comments gives me joy today.
What's two later? Because you're a bitch, question mark. All right, here's my thing, okay? This is a real thing that's happening to me, so don't laugh at me. Every day after the show, I have my lunch, all right? And and I have a wrap. I make a wrap after the show. And I have my...
don't rap shame.
I have my little baggie of pretzels, and as look, you're ready to go too. I don't know if you're going to cry or not, but as I'm eating my wrap every day, I start crying. And it's not like I'm sad or anything, but my eyes just start watering.
Sounds like you're in a bit of a midlife crisis.
It's not that.
Are you saying in your head, this is kind of like the wraps my mama used to make for me?
No, it's not that.
This is the most delicious ham and cheese, sriracha, and Lita pretzels.
First of all, it's a turkey wrap. I'm crying right now, but this happens every day after the show. I eat my wrap and tears run out of my eyes, and I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to watch the TV, and it's blurry, and I'm going, "Why is this happening?" It's not like I walk outside. And that's my life right there. Me on my knees screaming "why" as I cry after eating my wrap after the show. It's my life boiled down into the simplest of things.
All Day Yucker says you're using too much estrogen mayonnaise.
There's no mayonnaise in my wrap, just a little mustard in there. I don't know what it is. I'm not crying because I'm sad. Let me just put that out there. What's going on?
Sure about that?
Yeah, it's because I don't like you guys know when I laugh, I cry. It's like that, but I'm not laughing now. It's just just pouring out of me. There's got to be a medical diagnosis for this.
It's allergies, man. If you have to hear from someone who claims they're a doctor, then sure, but that's
why am I
only
getting
reason.
a fit of allergies as I'm sitting on my couch eating my wrap after the show?
Because it's the weather is changing a bit. There's pollen everywhere. Your body is also changing as you get older.
Every day for a month, this has been happening.
Probably have to start using allergy eye drops.
No, I tried that. It doesn't work for me. Okay. It's not good.
I got nothing.
It's
maybe you're a little bitch. How about that?
Something's happening here. Oh God! All right, let's get an up. Oh, you know what? We got to take a quick break here, but I want to get an update on a couple of things. One is...
You got to cry real quick, too, during the break, huh?
During the break, yes. I'll get my cry on, and then we'll get right back to things. We got to talk about what's happening with...
We go to the break, and then, randomly during the commercial, goes, when the AC wasn't working in my garage, I called Bill's there. And they took it apart and fixed the whole thing.
I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Are you going to cry about it?
I might, actually. Obi-Wan Kenobi says this show is turning into The View.
Oh, I called Bing Joy.
When we come back, a crazy update on Alaska Airlines and this whole door plug thing. Turns out this is a bigger problem. We also hear from one of the passengers and learn more about what went down. It's got everybody freaking out, I think rightfully so. We'll get to that. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to that accident on I-95 northbound between State Road 40 and U.S. Highway 1. Authorities are clearing up that accident on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound at International Parkway. The right lane is blocked. Slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before the bend. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is and bringing in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance when you do a TVC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, Dr. Portrayal.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution.
and that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month, and it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Save time and money with the PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $22.60. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio. We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
That's what we'll call it. Big Daddy Chester on YouTube says, Sean, since I had COVID, I noticed a sensitivity in certain hot peppers, hot sauce, etc., mainly jalapenos or hot banana peppers. In my sandwich that I was eating as I was crying each day, there was no like peppers in there. There was nothing hot in there at all. Just a regular ass turkey and cheese sandwich, a wrap that I make after the show. But it's not just that. It's like random things. Like I think I hope it's allergies after some of the diagnoses.
Turkey and cheese.
It's not ass turkey. It's just random ass.
Is that boar's head, or you get that specially made somewhere?
It's from Publix. Whatever Courtney picks up, that's the stuff that I eat. It's fantastic.
Have you guys been running the heat lately? I mean, it's been a little cold.
No, it's not that's making me cry all the time, and I'm
Is
not
it
sad.
ASPCA commercials?
It's not ASPCA commercials or the one that airs every 5 seconds with the little kids that are not doing so hot. Daytime commercial, and it's none of those things. But I hope it's not.
Is it those commercials about how to be a dad that's been really?
Just write him a letter, man. Just write him a letter.
Turn off the power at
Get
the
him
house.
a stopwatch.
I hope it's not what some of you assholes have been sending over to me, which is, hey, Sean, it's called thyroid eyes. You got thyroid eyes. That's what this is. And I Googled this during the break, and awesome. It's what my mom had at one point in time. My mom had thyroid eyes. For like 3 months, she looked like Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show, where like your eyes are like popping out of your head a little bit. You ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about? Oh man,
yeah.
Look up thyroid eyes. Google thyroid eyes, and you'll see like they pop out of your head like a cartoon or something. And they're like, yeah, that's what you got, Sean. This is the beginning of that. That's how things work
You should
out.
do that when you get your check at dinner.
Just like like a cartoon. Yeah, your eyes are popping all the way. I hope it's not that. I'm sure it's just allergies. Let's just put all our money on that guess, please. We got to go over to Alaska Airlines because this story is getting more and more just hilarious. All of the different airlines that have Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes, they're now inspecting their planes, and a bunch of them are like, oh, yeah, we went over the fleet of Boeing 737 MAX 9s we have, and there's loose parts all over the place. And they said the door panels were just like really loose, and there was a couple of like screws that weren't even in there. And I'm going, what was going on at Boeing? If you sell a plane for $600 million, can we please make sure that it's like put together? That would be a real nice thing if we could expect that. I got people responding to me online who are like, seriously, I was going to go on a trip later this year and I'm not flying now because of what happened with this Boeing 737 MAX 9. I'm not going to fly because the side got sucked out of this thing.
It makes a lot of people who are like too cool to put their seatbelts on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe rethink that a bit.
Oh, I'm putting that thing on. I always put the seatbelt on.
Now,
keep it on the whole time.
If you had your seatbelt on, you're sitting in that seat next to the plug that was not very sturdy, would you still have been sucked out?
I'm not sure, but I think it was definitely a possibility. I found out yesterday after the show, watching a couple of things about this Alaska Airlines flight where the whole side of it popped off, that the person who lost their shirt wasn't a baby. it was a teenager.
Oh, who's the size of a baby?
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a guy.
Okay, well, at least that.
Yeah, but I still thought, like, can you imagine you're 13 and you're on a flight and your shirt gets sucked off, and like when the plane lands, you got to stand up with everybody else. And
your mom's like, I told you to wear a shirt that fits you, honey.
And you didn't bring your baggage as carry-on. You know, you have to go all the way to the baggage claim thing to get your. It's not even going to be there probably because you had an emergency landing, and so you're just shirtless in the airport.
If you are, well, somebody by then has gone to some sort of gift shop and gotten you the like, hey, visit in Portland, the shirt to wear. But if you are in the spot of the plane where once this plug, is no longer there, and now there's a giant hole, right? Mm-hmm. And you're the spot where the shirt gets, sucked off of you. There's really no better way to say that. I wish there was.
Yeah.
Removed via air.
Yeah.
I would have to think that it didn't happen in one fall swoop. There had to have been at least a moment where the shirt was coming off and it's like covering your eyes. That would be the most terrifying half a second, I think, in my life.
He was probably mid-stretch or something, right?
I don't know.
To be lifted like that?
Yeah, I mean, think about how your shirt is on your body and the suction is so powerful that it pulls it right off of you and around your arms and all of that stuff. It was a teenager, a 15-year-old, and it says he was seated close to the door plug that flew off mid-flight. It sucked the shirt right off his back. He fled to a different aisle and took a selfie with a stranger after the unbelievable ordeal. His name was Jack. They said he was saved by the seatbelt he was wearing as he sat in the same row as the plug that flew off. So he was as close as you could get, really, because nobody was in those two seats right adjacent to the plug. And they said just absolutely freaked out. And now he's shirtless on the flight. And we don't have the black box. We learned that. We learned that more of these planes have loose parts in the door panels. We learned that it could be any of these. We got Tammy on YouTube says, I ain't flying any Max if I can help it. Although a pilot friend said the Max 8 will be safe, but I don't believe it. I think you're fine to be worried right now. I think for just a little bit, you could be a bit worried about those planes.
I don't know. I say come, so it's January right now. I say about April. Mm-hmm. The Max will be the safest plane to fly. I'll fly every Max because every airline right now is looking at that thing from end to end and making sure everything is in order.
Mostly you don't care what plane you fly on, but when something like this happens, you look at the thing in the seat back and you see, it's a Max 9. Now you get worried about it.
Well, maybe, are they going to point out, you walk into the plane, hey, which aisle is the plug seat?
Right.
Not emergency exit. Do you pay less? Do you have to volunteer to sit in the plug seat?
Or you know how the flight attendants are like, sit back as we point out the features of this Boeing 737 MAX 9. Moving forward, they might be like, sit back, folks, while we point out the features. All right, now, notice that your seatbelts need to stay fastened. They might mumble right on past that. Here's Kelly Bartlett. She was one of the passengers on this Alaska Airlines plane, I think. Let's see. She's talking about what happened.
Reached the height or the altitude where they say you can turn on your devices. It's okay. So it must have been about 10,000 feet and we were still ascending. So a couple minutes after they made that announcement, we just all heard there was just a really loud boom, which was so startling. And the plane just filled with wind and air. And it's just crazy because that shouldn't happen, right? You know something's wrong and you don't know what. I didn't know where the air was coming from. The oxygen mask dropped. It was noisy. It was very windy and just loud you could hear the engine from outside the plane and just the air circulating inside the plane.
That's true. You got that hole in the plane now. So the jet engine is right there and you hear it much louder than you would normally.
Just like wind was just coming in.
Wow. So they just stopped. I think they might go back to her. Hold on. She's got more to say, but the AP likes to stop in the middle of the interview and show us little pictures. AP. And the
kid jumped over me and sat there and grabbed his mask and put it on. And it was all happening so fast and it was confusing. I didn't know where he came from. I didn't know what kid he was in, where he was before that. I didn't know why he didn't have a shirt on because his shirt got sucked off of his body when the panel blew out because of the pressure. And it was his seatbelt that kept him in his seat and saved his life.
Wow.
And there he was next to me. And I could see his skin was red and he had some cuts on him. So I just didn't understand what was happening.
Man, I would have been panic mode if that happened to me. No, thank you, sir or madam. Either way, I'm going to pass on that. So if you're on a Boeing 737 MAX 9 listening to the show today.
Is that even possible? I don't even think that's possible.
You might be right. They could be all grounded. I know they started looking at them, but maybe they're back up in the air these moments or days or whatever. Joe Coy saying, I'm not going to let this bring me down after flopping at the Golden Globes.
Okay, Joe. Okay.
He says, this is not something I'm going to let hold me down. I did the best I could. He said, I'm a comic. Being a host is different. It's like those are two different things. It's not the same element. That's what people don't understand in this industry. We didn't understand why they were upset.
He feels like he needs to explain himself. How about you were doing all of that in between every single joke?
Yeah,
you're blaming everybody else.
He said, we didn't understand why they were upset about the Taylor Swift joke. I was like, the joke was the NFL is using that for cutaways, which is bringing a lot of publicity to the NFL. And we have fewer cutaways here. He's really explaining this joke. And he said he's not going to let it bring him down. The ladies on The View defended him, I see, for the most part yesterday. I will tell you this. That is a thankless job, for the most part, hosting an award show. When you get up there, you're going to piss some people off.
Sure, but if you do
if you're
it
not funny.
His was so cringe, man.
And that's why some people take to like, I'm not going to try to be stand-up-y. I'm going to try to be like a host instead. Like, hey, everybody, welcome to the Golden Globes, and a couple of one-liners here or there, but kind of play it a little more straight so you don't end up getting the heat for it. But the ratings were up 50% over last year, so you got that going for you. I mean, that's something at the very least. We want to hear from you. Your dispatches are on the way. We're now learning how much some of these playoff tickets are going to cost for the NFL. And spoiler alert, not bad for the beginning of the playoffs, real bad for the Super Bowl. Real bad there. The Browns at the Texans for the wild card rounds, $150. Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, $90. That's not bad.
Where's that being played? Do we know? Miami or
at Houston? Oh, hold on, at Kansas City. So they're playing in Kansas City for that game.
Thought Taylor was going to come to Miami.
So Los Angeles Rams, Detroit Lions, $484. Those are a little more expensive. And then the Super Bowl looks like it's around 10 G's right now. Bit costly to get to that Super Bowl. Watch it on TV. It's way better that way. When we come back, we have another siren voice of the Gen Z crowd. And this person, I think, don't quote me on this, I think they kind of have a good point. We'll see what they say as they fire shots back at the boomers. Plus, there are secret tunnels in New York that have just been discovered, and it's causing chaos.
Secret tunnel.
What's happening? We got big tunnel talk going on in the show as of late.
I'm ready,
Tunnels,
bro.
holes, we're deep into it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hi, everyone. Jamie King with you now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather today. It's a Fox 35 Storm Alert day. We're warm, windy, highs around 80 today. Severe storms possible after 2 p.m. today. 100% chance of rain, strong, damaging winds, even isolated tornadoes possible as a line of weather moves through. That'll be the case for the evening hours. After that, we'll drop to the low 50s, clearing skies after midnight. Looks like we're clearing and cooler for our Wednesday, 63, sun-filled. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Marco's just dropped their new Pizzoli. 4 fully loaded melty handhelds baked in fresh dough. In flavors like pepperoni or chicken bacon ranch. Goes for just $5.99 for a limited time. So go try Marco's new Pizzoli today. Use code Pizzoli. Limited time only. Participation may vary. See store for details.
If you're in the market for your next Ram truck, Nations Trucks has 35 Rams to choose from. They're on the lot right now. They're waiting for you, and they start at just $21,995. Everything from 1-ton flatbeds, Cummins diesel-powered 2500s, and lifted Ram Sports. So if you've got a few bumps on your credit, that's not a problem because Nations Trucks has 35 lenders ready to work with you. They're ready to work with everyone. So what are you waiting for? Time to make the upgrade. Time to start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today or go on and see them in Sanford. Go check out their amazing inventory in person on 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Mary Boulevard, and let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
From the creator of Up and Vanished comes a new true crime weekly podcast series. In each episode of Talking to Death, join Payne, Lindsay, and guests as they discuss all things crime, life, mystery, and fun.
Are aliens real?
Based on everything I've learned, I think that the government knows something. I don't know if aliens are real, but I think there's something out there that they know.
Listen to Talking to Death on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Odds are you won't die.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line, all while saving more than $700 over the competition. And with Speed Boost, your Spectrum Mobile phone will go even faster with speeds up to a gig. For big speed, big reliability, and big savings, get Spectrum One today. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real radio. 104.1.
If it's important to you, it's on, and probably being mocked by.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your message right now. Also, there's more salvos being fired, shots fired in the generational battle that never gives up between Gen Z and the boomers. Gen Z very mad at the boomers. Who is the best generation, or what is the best generation out there? There's only one correct answer to this, by the way. What is the best generation?
What is it, your generation?
It's not my generation. We would all be grouped together, even though I'm an elder millennial, which
no, you're geriatric millennial. I'm elder millennial.
Whew, geriatric sounds real rough. We're all technically millennials. I'm right on the edge of millennial, but millennial definitely is not the greatest generation of all of them. And I hate to say this because many of you will have tears coming out of your eyes, just like me, with a rap after the show. But Gen X, not only are you not the greatest generation, you're not even generally speaking in the conversation. People forget about Gen X, right over the top of them. Greatest generation is the silent generation, folks. Shouts out to the silent generation listeners who are
that again?
Tuned in with us. They're the folks who, I mean, first of all, worst name for a generation, right? I mean, that starts off real bad. The silent generation is a rough name.
Well, it's like, it's implied, don't talk, okay? And
don't bitch.
Stay where you're at, and we don't want to hear from you ever. Thanks.
Silent generation is a rough one. Let me see how they define this here, because the battle is generally between the folks who are so different, polar opposites, the boomers and the Gen Z kids. The silent generation is from 1928 to 1945. So you got like Depression stuff in there. You've got World War II in there. They also call them radio babies or traditionalists. And it says born between 1928 and 1946, 55 million members of the silent generation who either fought during World War II or were children during that period. And got to be at least 4 or 5 of those out there. So shouts out.
Yeah.
To all you folks in
We're
the silent generation.
silent.
We got to go over to the latest shot fired from Gen Z, though, because I could hate on Gen Z a little bit, right? There's some things that these Gen Z folks in the Generation Alpha or whatever the next one have in common that I'm like, oh my God, stop, get over yourself, stop with this nonsense. A lot of it's crazy, but I think she has a point. And this girl is in her car. And I believe, I don't know, I think it says her name on her name tag here in just a second. Kat is her name. And Kat's in her car. She's in her Walmart vest. So, boomers, that takes some ammo away from you. You're not going to be able to complain that she doesn't have a job and she's too lazy and she's not working and whatnot. She is out there working. And she wants to take some shots at you, number one. And number two, I love her because she didn't curse once. Not one time.
For real?
Yeah, not one time. And I was very impressed.
Thing, Sean, because
Whole
typically
thing.
when you say that, it's the first word as soon as you play the clip that I have to dump.
I got 2/3 through it, and I figured if she hadn't cursed at that point, she's not going to curse at the very tail end of it. At least I don't think so.
Unless she wants to really accentuate the point.
You mother! It could be. Boomers, brace yourself. Here goes Gen Z and Cats.
I cannot stand how the news has been dogging Gen Z and calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their lives. Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused here, okay? I work 5 days out of the week, 40 hours a week, okay? I do not make enough to live on my own. I do.
Go ahead.
Yes, you were saying.
Oh, I thought you had a response to her already.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you were ready to respond to Kat.
No,
You
I
said
just said K, like her, like she said it.
You're taking notes of the bullet points? Okay, so she says she works 40 hours a week. She works 5 days a week, all right?
40 hours a week, okay? I do not make enough to live on my own.
Don't do that.
I would not make enough to pay rent, water, electric, and eat. All by myself. I would not be capable of doing that. 20 years ago, when you were getting started, you could live on your own. 20 years ago, when you first started, you were able to do everything that I am now struggling to do. And another perspective here.
You know, I'm going to stop her for just a second there. I don't think she's taken this back far enough, okay? Because she's saying 20 years ago, like, you know, way back in the day, 20 years ago is 2003.
Oh, that's so weird.
Things were wildly different. Even though I believe that there's
20 years ago it was 2004.
2004 even. Oof.
I know this because that means I'm supposed to have a reunion of sorts this year.
Oh,
your 20th reunion is this year?
I would assume. I mean, I haven't heard anything, but yeah.
That starts to sound old, doesn't it? Oh, God. So when she says 20 years ago, this was a piece of cake. No, you'd have to say, like, if you said 40 years ago, this was a piece of cake, I'd go, yes. All right. If you said 60 years ago, yes. 60 years ago, your salary for a lot of people was pretty close, if not, it was much closer in line with what a house cost at the time, right? And now that's just impossible. Like, imagine being a Gen Z person in the workforce. They're wiping out all of the entry-level jobs because they want everything to have like $20 an hour minimum wage. And they're mandating that in a lot of states. California, for the record, just did this. And the day that they did it, they fired all of the workers at, where was it? Oh, hold on, let me look that up.
Wayfair.
No, it wasn't Wayfair, but they have their own problems. And let's see. They fired all of the workers in one particular job. Hold on, let me bring this up because this was just the other day as this thing went through. Fast food minimum wage hike, whatever. It might have been like Chick-fil-A or something. I don't think it was Chick-fil-A, but there was some place that fired everybody immediately. Oh, it was like a pizza place that fired all their delivery drivers immediately as they passed this thing. So your Gen Z entry-level jobs are drying up. You're being replaced by technology or robots. You can't get a gig there. And if you can, you get the entry-level job and you got inflation going on. And then you look at the prices of houses. And, Celine, can you look up average U.S. house costs? My guess, $350,000, $300,000.
I just looked up one house that went up for sale near me. And, I mean, got to say on the outside, looked like crap. And it was advertised as like a 3-2, maybe 1,500 square feet, $500,000.
Yeah.
Needs a lot of work.
And imagine you make minimum wage and you go, I can't even buy that house. It's like needing a ton of work to fix the thing.
And who's selling it? All the boomers who bought it for $20,000 and are just pure profit.
I mean, boomers, you got to look at this and go, okay, she is in kind of an unfortunate conundrum here. Did you find something, C-Lane?
Yeah, but there's a couple different numbers. According to data from the National Association of Realtors, the median price for an existing home as of November of 23 is $387,600.
Okay, even more than I was thinking.
But there's another one here that's saying like $431.
Okay, so let's say $300,000 or $400,000 is the price of a house, average house. You get a starter house maybe for $100,000 cheaper than that. This is still very, very, very expensive. And when you look at how much you're supposed to put down on a home, whether it be new or otherwise, you end up with something that's kind of untenable, you know, and especially with the interest rates right now, like you can't afford to pay for the house. So then you're stuck. And the average new home buyer becomes older and older and older and older and older again. Because what is it? It's people who already have a house selling their house and getting another one. It's hard for people to get started. And that does suck. I think she has a point. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Send us a dispatch to thenewsjunkie.com. Let's go back to her. Here she is.
You've been working for 20 years. You have 20 years of working experience behind your belt. You have 20 years of experience in a career that has allowed you to gain raises, to get more money, to profit you in an economy that you created.
Ooh.
You can sit here and you can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but I've been working my tail end off just to barely make it by. And respectfully, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't want to work my tail end off.
Man.
She is
stressing me out a little bit.
She's doing a little bit of yelling here.
And then she goes and puts her ID on and goes into Walmart, greets everybody as they walk in, or is she just like pacing? It takes her about half an hour to get back to a ground level.
You know what I feel like? I feel like she was working around the Walmart and this had been just kind of circling around her head all shift long. And she goes, when I get on my lunch break and I go eat in my Honda Civic in the parking lot of this Walmart and I cry as I'm eating my turkey wrap, I'm going to unleash the fury on a TikTok. And here's what I'm going to say. And this is her doing it.
All of my life working just to barely be able to pay my bills. And that is what you created, not Gen Z. We're just here getting started. You've been doing it for the last 20 years. You tell me how it got ruined. We can sit here and we can call Gen Z lazy all you want, but you let the economy turn into what it did.
Oh.
You let it all run
She's pointing
to hell.
at me.
And now it's Gen Z's fault because we don't want to work to fix your mistakes.
Okay, all right, Kat. Jeez, the world knows. I heard you. She's mad as hell, and she's not going to take it anymore, she says. A lot of people firing back at this woman saying, you working your hind end? Is that what she called it? Tail end? You working your tail end off is not 40 hours a week. They're suggesting that you got to be working more than that. More hours than 40 hours a week. And she says that she's trying her best, but she can't afford anything. I do take issue with that 20 years, though. I think she's not totally correct about that. I think it's worse now. Certainly worse. Houses are more expensive. Rent is more expensive. Rent sucks right now. And where do you start out? Especially, right, if you are not somebody who is fortunate enough to grow up wealthy. So if you grow up wealthy, you don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about entry-level jobs. Your parents will pay for you to go to some sort of college that's probably way too expensive for a lot of these other folks. And going to college sometimes can be dumb and sometimes a waste of time. But if you got nothing else going for you, you have to at least have that. I don't know how many times I've seen these job listings, and it's so hilarious to me. It'll say $17 an hour, and it'll be like a job at the front desk of some business, and it'll say minimum 4-year college degree required. And you go, why? Why do I need a 4-year college degree to sit at the front desk of your business and welcome people into your office? I don't know that that's the thing. And if you're somebody who didn't go to college, you're like, I can't even work at the front desk. I can't even get up there and work at the front desk for whatever.
But you can, because You got a beautiful thing called, at this point I was going to say Photoshop, but no, just ask the AI to do it.
Yeah, get that fake resume going. They're not checking that stuff.
No. I'm talking fake diploma if they really need it.
Yeah. Who's looking that up anyways, right?
Are they
Anybody
calling
going
your
back?
professors that have all retired by now? No.
Nobody's like, you're not going to go, hey, did you actually have an employee or did you actually have a student named that? Nobody's looking. Just lie your way to success. And then once you get there, try to make it right. I'm fine with it. Look, some of this stuff is insane to me. Christina on Twitch says, I saw a job posting last week that was basically entry level, but required a bachelor's for $17 an hour. WTF.
Wow.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So if you don't have that degree, you go, what am I supposed to do? What is there for me? And do I have to have roommates for my entire life? Because I don't really want to do that either. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours right now. Although I thought she was wrong on some things, she had some points. John the Exterminator is joining us with his dispatch.
So what you're saying with the silent generation is that most of our politicians, including Biden and including Trump, are part of the silent generation.
Would they be? They're boomers, right? Isn't Trump a boomer?
I thought it was older.
Trump is in his 70s, right? And Biden's like 80 years old or something.
Biden's 81, Trump 77. Going to be.
That puts Biden at what? That puts Biden at being born in 44?
Boomers age range.
If Biden was born in 44, I think that might be just outside of the silent generation thing.
It's Boomers 1, which is, he's right at the cusp. It's 70 to 78 current ages, 1946 to 1954. And then they're calling Biden's age, which is 79 to 96, post-war.
That's the problem with these stupid generation titles. Is it depends on who you ask, because I haven't heard silent generation used a lot. I haven't heard post-war used a lot. I haven't heard a difference between Boomers 1 and Boomers 2, aka Generation Jones, whatever the hell that means. That's the thing.
I've never heard of that.
I think we can all agree on that there's a Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, but I think that's like when we started calling them, and then they had to retroactively start naming these things.
Is there a Boomer Civil War?
There's no. I mean, maybe.
What's Boomers 1 and Boomers 2?
It says, a.k.a. Generation Jones. This is the first thing that comes up.
Generation Jones.
Is Boomers 2, 1955 to 1964, 60 to 69 current ages. Then Boomers 1, this has an asterisk in it, so I imagine I have to click to find out more. They say we increasingly break up boomers into two different cohorts because the span is so large and the oldest of the generation have different sensibilities than the younger. The U.S. Generation Jones are just young enough to have missed being drafted into war.
Okay, all right. So there's these things that shape everybody up, and they cause divisions between people because, obviously, when you look at your boomers and your Gen Zs, they have very different sets of what they expect from their life, as you can tell from Kat in this video. Let's work. No, you know what? We got to take a quick break. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. We'll see what you have to say with these dispatches. We'll talk about these secret holes that were discovered in New York, these tunnels that
secret tunnel.
Causing people to freak out. I don't know what that is, but I'm kind of enjoying it. And we'll get to all that and much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon on Weatherby Road at Bisted Drive. On I-95, authorities have cleared up that accident. Just expect a little bit of delays between State Road 40 and U.S. Highway 1. The right lane is blocked on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound at International Parkway. And authorities are clearing up an accident causing delays northbound and southbound on Goldenrod Road at Fort Jefferson Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
New year, new to-do list. Valvoline Instant Oil Change makes it easy to check oil change off your list. Drive in today where our certified technicians will get you back on the road in no time. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com for a location near you.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
The all-new Ringling, non-stop fun for everyone. Be amazed by superhuman performers at the greatest show on Earth. Playing this Friday through Monday at the Amway Center. Great seats still available. Visit Ringling.com and get your tickets today.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to AspireAllergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's lifelock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Rajamanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding and Sonic initiatives across the board, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles. We have been partnering with iHeart across multiple platforms, both for brand enhancement as well as for performance marketing. I think the cut-through of the message and the recall of the brand are much higher. Also, it has been very beneficial for us to integrate some of our campaigns into the native content of iHeart. It has been a very nice partnership, and it continues to be very strong into the future.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, you, with the shopping cart. It's us, Leafy Greens.
Leafy what?
Greens. Delicious, locally grown leafy green vegetables. I'm Romaine. This is arugula. Hello. Spinach.
Ahoy.
Escarole and endive.
Bonjour.
Right. I put you guys on my sandwiches.
We're more than just a sandwich layer.
We add crunch to your salads.
Flavor to soups. And a little je ne sais quoi to your dishes.
That is, if you let us. For meals with personality, look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. The Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is now only $9.90. Plus, free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star.
Ready to go? And that puts you on the News Junkie Radio Show. We love you for it. So before we get to those and get to these tunnels, because we're tunnel crazy on the show these
Secret
days.
tunnel.
What is? I don't know what that is.
Can you explain?
Where does this come from? From what?
It's a song.
It's a real song, or you're making up the song?
It's a real song.
Is it from like David Bowie?
I think it's from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Google Secret Tunnel song then. Call me a liar.
I didn't know you were into
I'm just
Avatar:
here.
The Last
I'm
Airbender.
I'm not. My friend just sings this all the time.
A lot of
it's
tunnels
from the cartoon.
and holes on the show as of late. We had this woman, very talented woman, but maybe her neighbors weren't totally thrilled with the fact that she was building a huge network of tunnels underneath her home, and they put a stop to it for a second, and at least for now, she can't dig anymore because she's gone like 40 feet down. Then there was the guy yesterday on the show who believed there was gold underneath his house and started digging a hole straight down and went to like 130 feet, and then he accidentally fell in the hole that was in his kitchen. It was like a 13-story drop to the bottom of his kitchen hole, and now...
Kitchen hole.
We got holes in New York, man. It's happening in New York. And
Haven't we already had a lot of tunnels in New York? I mean, it seems like they're not that secretive.
We got new ones, though. And have you guys seen any of the footage of this? It's so weird. It's very strange. Let me see if I can pull this up.
I know that there are, like, subway enthusiasts, is the best way to put it, I guess, that, like, try to look for, like, abandoned stations and stuff like that, and like pieces of the track that were they not used anymore because there were some parts of the subway where that when they built it, the trains were a lot smaller.
Yeah,
like some
I
of
understand.
some of the first subways. So like they have whole tunnels down there that I think the mole people live in.
The mole people?
Yeah, the mole people.
Tunnel, secret tunnel.
The mole people are in the
Avatar
secret
show?
tunnels?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's mole people. Have you seen the mole people or you just heard about
I don't
them?
want to see the mole people. They probably smell like ass.
How does that
mole
affect
people.
you looking at them? You could just
Because
see them from...
if I get close enough to see them, I'm gonna smell them.
All right, I'm going to try to find this because I found it to be so strange. But
each of us has been around a homeless person that's like, when you get close enough.
Yeah, pee-pee, B.O., a little poo-poo.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, I've got it. I found it here as we were talking about the mole people. This is what I'm talking about. Let me mute this because I have no idea if anybody just curses up a storm or not. They found these tunnels in New York that were connected to these synagogues for Orthodox Jewish men. And I'm going to put this up on See It Now during the break, but you guys watch this with me, all right? Here's the cops raiding this synagogue and finding these secret tunnels. And
why were they raiding a synagogue to begin with?
I don't know. They started fighting with the cops, and they were trying to hide their secret tunnels.
Do you see the guy just bopping as he's getting
singing and dancing? They're flipping over stuff. Look, it's just this is the weirdest videos, and I
hope this wasn't on the Sabbath.
It's very chaotic inside this church here, this Orthodox church. And I guess they discovered some secret tunnels that these Orthodox Jews have.
No. This is the music video for King Without a Crown.
This is not related to any music video. It says, chaotic scenes erupted at a synagogue in New York on Monday when a group of young Orthodox Jewish men attempted to stop construction workers filling in a network of secret underground tunnels.
What the?
Secret tunnels! Fill them in. But a group of Chabad Lubavitch students in their teens and early 20s gathered at the building and tried to protect their secret tunnels.
Oh, is that the tunnel?
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a fun tunnel.
It's not. It's a real tight tunnel, and it goes out to the street, and it was like behind I think a paper box or something.
What's the point of this tunnel? Is it a secret tunnel or is it a storm drain?
It was both.
Two of those things, I mean, the line between the two can be really, really thin.
They tried to protect their tunnels, and what they're saying is, I guess this was something that they made during COVID to sneak people in and out of the synagogue, and the COVID cops couldn't stop them when that was happening, and that was the reason why they built this to begin with, and now they just want to keep their tunnels.
Nobody was going to notice like a bunch of fully dressed Orthodox Jewish men just descending into the street.
Popping out of it. When the guy pops out of the street from the street grate, it's something to behold. And I am going to put that up for you since it is a visual over on seeitnowinthenewsjunkie.com during this next break. But I wanted to share a story with you. And I think we might as well just get into this story now because there's one sentence in this very interesting story that I want to argue over a little bit. All right. And I want to see what everybody thinks, especially parents. Even C-Lane, as a new dad, I want to see if he would take this tact in his life. Now, this is going to start off, especially considering what I just said, this is going to start off very, very strange. This happened in Pulaski County, they say. I don't even know where that is. Look up Pulaski County, Pulaski. It's from KCRG, so that's west of the Mississippi as far as TV stations go. And they say Pulaski County prosecutors have charged a man for allowing
Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas,
yeah.
Allowing his 16-year-old son to have sex with his teacher.
All right.
Okay. The man is charged with endangering the welfare of a child. And I'm going to get to the thing I want to talk about in a moment here. It's not even that part. They're not naming the man in order to protect the identity of his 16-year-old child. They say Haley Clifton Carmack was listed as a high school math teacher. She's the teacher that this 16-year-old was having sex with. Prosecutors charged Clifton Carmack with endangering the welfare of a child, statutory rape, sexual contact with a student, and child molestation. Court documents say a witness came to the father to tell him about the sexual abuse between his son and the teacher. So somebody comes to dad and goes, hey, Dad, I want to let you know that your son is having a sexual relationship with a teacher at the high school. The man said he knew Clifton Carmack and his 16-year-old son were having sex and used students as lookouts while they did that during school hours. So other kids would be dispatched to be checking out the hallways and they would be lookouts as he was having sex with a teacher. According to documents, when the witness went over to the father's home, the father was on the phone with the teacher his son was in a relationship with. When a witness told the father they were going to come forward with the information, he responded with this, and this is what I want to talk about. The father said, quote, "They were going to do it behind my back, so I may as well let it happen."
Oh, that's the, if you're going to drink, just do it at my house kind of speech.
Right. So that you hear this from a lot of parents. They said, my child was going to do it anyways. It might as well be supervised. I might as well be on board with this because otherwise I won't know what's going on and they're still going to do it anyhow. And when I hear something like that, I go, do you think there's anything to that parental argument? Sabrina's right to say we most commonly hear it with smoking weed or drinking alcohol. And the parents would go, look, the kids are going to drink anyways. At least if they drink at my house, I can make sure they're not having too much, and I can make sure that they're not driving after they drink. It's a safe way to do it.
The driving part, I think, is what most of the parents who say something like that lean on. I don't know that they're like interested in portion control necessarily.
No.
It doesn't really take a whole lot to get a teenager drunk, so I don't think they're worried that some
secret tunnel
kid's gonna like do the whole damn bottle. But yeah, I think it's mostly like if you're trying to drink or do drugs somewhere that's not your house, you're doing it because you don't want to get caught by your parents. So you're going somewhere else. That somewhere else could involve, asking strangers to buy you booze or any number of other side crimes you're committing, or you're just in a dangerous place because you think it's somewhere that you're not going to get bothered, but you might by the wrong people.
What about a father, C-Lane, saying, I know my son is in a sexual relationship with his teacher. I might as well just be on board with it. I mean, they're going to do it anyhow.
See, that's a weird thing to say about this situation, about the sex with the teacher thing, because even if he was on board with it, why did he need to use other students as lookouts? Like the way he went about being okay with this,
I think he's
was
like
just kind of weird.
Maybe coming from an angle like, I don't know. I don't know what this kid looks like. Clearly, he's under the victim category here.
I know what the teacher looks like, so good for this kid.
I didn't. He's like looking at it like his son. It might be a completely different story had that been his daughter that was going to, quote unquote, inevitably have sex with her male teacher. It's like, oh, well, my kid's getting laid. That means he's a stallion. He's gonna do it anyways. That's my boy.
All right, here's the photo of the teacher. Okay, because I think this probably plays in. Okay. And the teacher is, she looks younger. I don't know how old she is.
Who's the dude in the...
That's the dad.
I thought they were keeping his identity... Mark Creighton. That's his name straight up out there.
Yeah, they named him in the Daily Mail piece, I think. And he looks like, I don't know, Trailer Park Dad or something. I hate to say that, but...
My boy!
I think what Sabrina's saying actually plays in quite a bit here.
Thank you.
I think Dad is going... There's two main ways to view this. You can view it as a teacher or anybody over the age of 18, specifically speaking in this case a teacher, having sex with a 16-year-old is just flat out abuse, and this is a child being, this is a child being taken advantage of by an adult and being raped, some people would even say, and it's bad. Or a lot of people go, if it's a young girl, if it's a teenage girl with a male teacher, we treat that extremely different than we teach if it's a male student, 16 years old, and a teacher, let's say in their early 20s. We find less victimhood in the young male student being with the teacher. It's all high fives there. A lot of that is like super old school thought that, I'll be honest with you, just has to do with like penetration and male power over females. And the father here is probably like, good job, son, you bagged the hot teacher. And he's okay with it. And he's on board with this. But this splits people up. I think if you're a father and your son is doing something that is a crime, because this is a crime, right? This is absolutely positively a crime.
Not for the boy.
It could be. If he's sending photos of himself, wouldn't that be a crime? If he's
It would, yes. But we don't know that that's the case.
Yeah, they don't mention that in the story, so I'm just kind of making that up as of now. But if he's 16 and he's having sex with her and she's an adult, I don't have her age, Haley
26.
Clifton. She's 26. My God. How could the father be on board with this? He's like, well, they're going to do it anyway.
Father's probably jealous.
Yeah. I'll put the photo of the teacher up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com so you can see what we're talking about. And the father, too, he's in this photo that I'm going to put up over on See It Now. And he
this
said,
guy, could they find any more dirtbag of photo of this dude?
He's got like a widow's peak thing going on. He looks like he just got out of the shower in his trailer, and he said it's fine. The detective said in court documents the father, quote, knew of the relationship of his minor child and the 26-year-old teacher, and instead of reporting the information, he continued to cover for them and allowed the relationship to continue. The father even allowed the teacher to come over to his house and see the victim while he was present. So they were able to have dates. You have a date with your teacher. And I ask you, number one, is the father doing something that you agree with or disagree with? And number two, is there anything to the parental guidance and advice of saying, my kid's going to do it anyway, so why don't I just be involved in it?
Poor excuse.
That's his. And let's see what you say about it. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. I'm going to get the tunnel Jewish people, and that sounds bad. And
okay.
And the secret tunnel, Jewish people, secret tunnel through the mountains. I'm going to get all that up on See It Now so you can take a look, and then we'll discuss when we come back. That's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities are clearing up an accident causing delays northbound and southbound on Goldenrod Road between Hoffner Avenue and Curryford Road. There's delays due to an accident on Apopka-Vinland Road near Clarkona-Ocoee Road. And traveling on I-4 this afternoon, there's a bit of congestion between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at WaltDisneyWorld.jobs.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch? Let's see. A turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries. I'll trade you for some string cheese. Sure. Here's my sandwich and my chips. No, I want the Florida strawberries. Seriously? No way. Can I throw in my juice box? You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers? Nope. These earbuds? Nope. My backpack? Nope.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
From the creator of Up and Vanished comes a new true crime weekly podcast series. In each episode of Talking to Death, join Payne, Lindsay, and guests as they discuss all things crime, life, mystery, and fun.
Are aliens real?
Based on everything I've learned, I think that the government knows something. I don't know if aliens are real, but I think there's something out there that they know.
Listen to Talking to Death on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Odds are you won't die.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Bayer, and this is my brother Jonah.
We're two siblings who love to talk about our childhood and nostalgia and how it shaped us into the people we are today.
Who are absolutely thrilled that the third season of our podcast, How Did We Get Weird, is now out on your listening, wherever you listen.
Check out episodes we've done with Will Ferrell, Jenny Slate,
Weird Al Yankovic,
Jason Isbell,
Keenan Thompson.
The list goes on and on.
Be totally tubular and listen to How Did We Get Weird on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the
son have sex with the 20-something teacher, but first, Boomer is very mad about that Gen Z thing that we played from this cat girl who worked at Walmart. And so the Boomers are firing back again. We get to watch from the sidelines here. And Lumpy Beaver says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com about Cat. Dear God, that video from Kat is exactly the problem with Gen Z. She's giving them all a bad name. The incessant whining, bitching, moaning, and complaining about how her life is so much harder than anyone who ever came before her is just flat out effing annoying. You know why they call them the silent generation? Because they went through the Great Depression and World War II and didn't bitch and whine and complain about when they got out about how much it costs to get a house, get a job, go to work, etc.
That's actually what the Wikipedia page for Silent Generation says verbatim. That's,
okay, but they had no platforms to complain on. If they had a TikTok, you think it would be different?
True. Yeah, they didn't have any internet back then. Listen, all the generations have their own suffering. I couldn't get gas for my car in 1976 when I got my driver's license. Why? Because we were in a depression in America, and you couldn't get gas except with specific numbers that ended in your Social Security number. So no generation caused anybody else's generation suffering. This chick needs to get off the cross. Somebody else needs the wood, says Lumpy Beaver to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. There is a real struggle going on between these folks, and I don't think they're speaking the same language right now. We'll see if we have any follow-ups. Let me know at tips@thenewsjunkie.com or send through a dispatch. Abraham on Twitch says, I hate this person. And Big Doug Millionaire says, there wasn't a depression in the 70s, Boomer. There was a gas crisis under Carter, and they did actually do a thing where you can only get gas on certain days because people were rushing the gas stations, and there's lots of lines and stuff. There was all kinds of problems with that. So I do agree with the emailer on one tiny point. Most of it sounded like boomer age, but I do agree that each generation does indeed have its own challenges. But if you focus in particular on the idea that housing is more expensive and it just costs more money for people to live now, and they're not getting enough to be able to be individuals out on their own and be away from the nest and their parents, I do agree that that's their problem. And who's responsible for this? Well, almost everybody before them is responsible. You have people in politics, mostly from the left, who have been beating the drum that there should be more and more and more money added to the minimum wage, the federal minimum wage. When that happens, these entry-level jobs start to dry up because the companies say it doesn't fit my business model. Companies aren't people. Companies don't have hearts. Most people at the top of these corporations don't care if they fire everybody. They'd fire every employee if they could. They do not care about you. Don't lose sight of that for a moment in your life. So when entry-level jobs dry up because robots, because AI, because whatever, because they get fewer people to do the same amount of jobs, then you can't get those gigs. The gigs that you can get, they pay an amount of money that doesn't allow for you to become a homeowner, which is an important thing for a lot of people in their lives as they grow up and start a family and such. And it just makes it difficult. That's their struggle. Is it as bad as the Great Depression? Oh, hell no. Is it as bad as going through world wars? Oh, hell no. Is it as bad as getting drafted for the Vietnam War? No, of course not.
No. Oh.
But it's pretty bad. And I think she's got a legit gripe. I guess you don't. And we'll hear from more of you. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Amazon might be making some changes. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but I certainly have.
They're going to fire Pizza Peisenberg. It's very, very unfortunate.
That's still just a rumor. They're still just rumored to be getting ready to fire Pizza Peisenberg. But right now, what I'm seeing is as a response to the porch pirate stuff, the thievery, and it happens in a lot of cities now. Sabrina just got robbed of some package that was delivered from Amazon.
I was a victim.
It was on your front porch, and some jackass comes by in the middle of the night and grabs the.
It was a team of jackasses
package.
because someone was driving the getaway car.
Yeah,
I could see it in my ring cam.
They hit the whole neighborhood, and they stole as much as they possibly could from people's front porches and stole these packages. And it's a real issue. And Amazon doesn't want this to happen. And you say, why does Amazon care? Well, if you get a delivery from Amazon, even if they take a photo of that delivery at your front doorstep, and you say, I didn't actually receive the delivery, a lot of times Amazon will have to refund that. They'll go, well, the person didn't physically get the thing that we were sending to them, and they don't want to fight all of those individual fights. And so what they do is they now have changed, and I saw this yesterday. I got a message from my Amazon delivery driver, and it said, hey, this is, Juan, your Amazon delivery driver. Sean, I'm going to be there in about 15 minutes. Make sure that you're ready to take the package in so it doesn't have to sit on your front porch for very long. And I go, oh, interesting. Number one, Juan didn't send that. This is all automated, obviously, on Amazon's side. But number two, they're trying to get people the heads up that, hey, a delivery is on the way. And what's happening here is you need to make sure you don't leave it outside for too long because people will steal it. And Amazon is changing up their strategy. And I don't know if this has happened to you guys yet, if you've gotten any of these kind of messages from them or seen anything different, but I think you're going to start to see that in the very near future, because it is something that is really easy. People go, oh, I can make some money, steal a bunch of stuff from people's front porches. I'll cover my face. I'll run up. I don't care if they have a camera or not. I'll take the stuff, and then boom, I'm on with my day. And I've got some money now. And I think that that's a legit problem that Amazon and, everybody, all of us are dealing with right now. Let's go over to you. Let's work in a couple of dispatches real quick. We'll start with this. Oh, C-Lane, what was our update on the father who said, hey, I might as well let him do it. They're going to do it anyways, so I'll let my 16-year-old son have sex with his teacher.
It wasn't the father. It was the teacher had fled Missouri.
Okay, so this happened in Missouri originally. That's where the teacher was working.
Right. And it said that she was arrested in Texas. I think they had contacted her, and she denied having sex with the boy, and they looked through her cell phone and they didn't find anything bad. And so I'm thinking she just like packed up and left. Mm-hmm. But then more stuff came out, and they found they said lurid text messages. They didn't say anything about pictures. Okay. So we still don't know, if there was anything that the boy may have done that would have been illegal. But at least in this case, they had to issue a warrant, and they found her in Texas.
Oh, so they chased her down in Texas, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And got this woman. Would you say she was 26 years old, I believe?
Correct.
And her photo's up on seeitnowonthenewsjunkie.com. And the father has been charged as well, because the father was like, let's go for it. You guys are going to do this anyways. So I might as well watch. Not watch. Hold on. Let me roll that back. Not watch. I might as well just let it happen under my roof. Go ahead.
He got endangering the welfare of a child, which is that under child abuse, or is that like just kind of the lightest thing that you could give like a parent who lets their child throw a party or something like that?
I don't know. It's interesting though that now everybody's going to know who the kid was at that school. If they didn't already.
Yeah.
It may have been common knowledge around the school to begin with.
It was common knowledge. They were using kids as lookouts, and one of the things that led to the arrest of the teacher was some kids, and people who engage in stuff like this, there have to be at least some we never hear about it because they do it the right way. I hate to call it that, but they keep their mouths shut.
Yeah.
This kid is definitely not on that side of the law, because the catalyst, one of the catalysts to arrest the teacher was a kid showed authorities pictures of scratches that the boy had that said they were from the teacher, from their escapades, from their trysts. I mean, the lookout thing was like they were doing it in some classmate's driveway.
And they had other kids who were students to be the lookout?
I know the teacher is divorced, just divorced her soldier husband, and they have 2 young daughters. That's going to be an awkward family sitch for for the time being. But so I mean, maybe I'm sure she has an apartment or something. Like, why the need for the classmate's driveway? Why the need to involve so many people in this?
It's really, really odd. Here's D-Dub-D right here.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
Happy today, whatever today is. I think it's Tuesday.
Good enough.
About the father thing and the teacher, I have a son, but he's 27. But if he came to me at 16 saying he was banging his teacher, obviously my first question would be, what does she look like? If she was hot, I'd high-five him. If not, I'd be like, what are you doing? Sabrina, you nailed it, of course. The dude's going to be like, yeah, bro, get that. But on another note,
we just tossed that out there. Isn't that weird that that's how people digest this stuff? They're like, 16-year-old boy having sex with attractive 26-year-old teacher. Damn, good for you, buddy. Hell yeah. Don't get knocked down by all the high fives. 16-year-old girl having sex with a 26-year-old attractive male teacher.
Hang
my
him.
God. Chase him out of town. Sex offender status. We just look at those things totally different. And I'm not going to lie to you. I find myself doing the same thing. When in reality, you probably should just treat them exactly the same way. You're excusing predatory behavior on behalf of female teachers.
But because the male teacher situation looks more predatory than the female teacher situation.
It does.
Because
I think it's a lot more psychological attached to the female teachers than you have seen in the past with the male teachers.
What do you mean?
In that sense. I think that it is a lot, I don't know, deeper is the wrong word, but it's like there's more of a study that needs to be had on it. We've talked about this in the past, where it's like these female teachers finding themselves in that situation. It's psychological. It's like they need to be young again, feeling more connected to their students than they do actual peers, and then a lot more predatory when it comes to male teachers.
Well, I mean, according to a lot of the stories about, and I want to see the complaint, like the actual police report. And I've been looking for it because some of the quotes in some of these articles are all the same, and they're like, the teacher wore low-cut blouses or low-cut tops to show off her headlights. I'm like, headlights is in 4 different stories, and I'm like, that has to be on a report somewhere, and I'm wondering who came up with that particular word. But it just seems like this teacher, from all the reports from different witnesses and like the actual school staff and from the students, is like, this was the teacher that was definitely going to bang a student. If you took all of the teachers and looked at them and the way this woman dressed and the way she was like too friendly with her students, they were like, that's the one. That's the one that's going to bang somebody.
I think the way a lot of people look at this is that, of course, a 16-year-old kid, a boy, can consent to having sex with an adult woman because he's not going to be victimized physically or otherwise by this person, and he wants to do it, right? So he can consent in some way, and he's having fun, and it's less bad. But when you look at 16-year-old girls, people, for a bunch of different reasons, and a lot of them don't make much sense logically speaking, would say a 16-year-old girl can never consent to having sex with a 20-something-year-old male teacher. It's just viewed differently by people because we view young boys different than young girls, even though, technically speaking, 16-year-old girls are far more mature than 16-year-old boys. There's just no getting around that.
16-year-old girls to the level of maturity of being able to consent to something like that. But then again, we're also talking now where if you're talking to boomers, there are a lot of people, a lot of women at the age of 16 that were dating much older men, and it was like no one would bat their eye to it. It was just how it was.
The thing is, the consent thing doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's say this kid totally, because it appears that he did very much consent, or if it was a 16-year-old girl with a male teacher and she was very, very much consenting, she was enjoying it and she wanted to be in this, you can't. The consent thing doesn't even matter because it's illegal to begin with. And that's why you got the teacher arrested, the father arrested because he's involved in this and covering it up and talking about headlights. And God knows what's happening.
I don't know if the father said headlights. I want to know who said headlights. Because
I hope you can find that.
The same word appeared in like 4 different articles about this. And I was like, who said that? It seems like such a weird, like, she's showing off her headlights.
Yeah, Sour Patch Pete on Twitch says she could get laid, but she chose a 16-year-old boy. Well, I think...
He didn't say laid. What did he say?
No, he said D. She could get D, but she chose a 16-year-old boy. What Sabrina was talking about, I hate to have said this 3 times now on the show today, is something we've seen in probably dozens and dozens of stories where it's usually a 20-something-year-old teacher. I've said this before. I was like, when I hear that a teacher had sex with a student, I can almost figure out the majority of the details about the teacher. It's going to be almost always a woman. It's going to be a woman in her 20s, usually.
Via Snapchat.
It's started via Snapchat or some other social media platform. It's like the same thing every time. And when they actually do respond and talk about why they did it, they say exactly what Sabrina said. I was back in the school. I got whipped up into things. And I found myself connecting more with the students who were at the high school than the administration because I was closer in age to many of them than I was to like a 40, 50, or 60-year-old principal at the school or other administrator. And then they just, all of a sudden, they're doing it. The next thing you know, this doesn't excuse anything. It's just one of the things that makes that happen. Okay, quick break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The New York Times is catching heat for alleging that Tay-Tay is gay, while Forbes is crunching the numbers on her cat. George Clooney is making headlines for putting the O in "Oh Boner, Why Art Thou?" Plus, Maynard James Keenan is kicking ass and now has the belt to prove it. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hi, everyone. Jamie King with you now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather today. It's a Fox 35 Storm Alert day. We're warm, windy, highs around 80 today. Severe storms possible after 2 p.m. today. 100% chance of rain, strong, damaging winds, even isolated tornadoes possible as a line of weather moves through. That'll be the case for the evening hours. After that, we'll drop to the low 50s, clearing skies after midnight. Looks like we're clearing and cooler for our Wednesday, 63, sun-filled. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Marco's just dropped their new Pizzoli. 4 fully loaded melty handhelds baked in fresh dough. In flavors like pepperoni or chicken bacon ranch. Goes for just $5.99 for a limited time. So go try Marco's new Pizzoli today. Use code Pizzoli. Limited time only. Participation may vary. See store for details.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer said about their experience.
We signed with a one-man and a truck fence company because we thought they offered us a great deal. We paid them 50% up front, and then 2 days later he came out, removed our fence, one side of our neighbors, and installed a few posts. He had us pay the other 50% and said he'd be back the next day. Well, the guy never returned to finish the job, and we couldn't get a hold of him again. We later reached out to Fence Outlet and wish we had gone with them in the first place. We had no idea how often this happens to people.
Go with a company you can trust. FenceOutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up. This message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows. 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors. 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
World of entertainment and beyond. Miss the show? Get the podcast. You get all the links you need, including the iHeartRadio link right up there at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
When I close my eyes, I think about you, and it makes me so horny.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and of course the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps you're just curious about starting, either work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
It was 19 years ago, 2005, a wedding happened.
Oh, yeah?
That between Motley Crue singer Vince Neil marrying his girlfriend Leah Gherardini in Las Vegas. The wedding officiated by Vince's former housemate on The Surreal Life. Any guesses who did the officiating?
Surreal Life.
Was it the little guy?
It was not.
Oh,
No,
man.
the little guy's dead.
MC
MC
Mother
Hammer?
effing Hammer. And unfortunately,
MC Hammer was on The Surreal Life?
he sure was. And surreal or not, he was the one who officiated the wedding. Unfortunately, the union did not last very long, but hopefully MC Hammer is still officiating weddings. Also, this is not what? I'm sorry?
No, I'm
agreeing?
looking through the Surreal Life. I didn't realize how many seasons there were. I just remember, like...
They're bringing it back, too, from what I understand.
Oh, are they really?
I thought so. Rumor has
Yeah,
it.
so 2022, it said there was one.
Nice.
Jimmy
that
Kimmel
was great.
is back, and he decided to use his monologue, that first monologue in 2024, to completely rip into Aaron Rodgers on his show, suggesting that he was associated with Jeffrey Epstein, and he went hard. Because of limited time, I did speed this up a little bit, so if Jimmy sounds weird, that's on me.
But here's the thing. I spent years doing sports. I've seen guys like him before. Aaron Rodgers has a very high opinion of himself. Because he had success on the football field, he believes himself to be an extraordinary being. He genuinely thinks that because God gave him the ability to throw a ball, he's smarter than everyone else. The idea that his brain is just average is unfathomable to him. We learned during COVID, somehow he knows more about science than scientists. A guy who went to community college, then got into Cal on a football scholarship and didn't graduate, someone who never spent a minute studying the human body, is an expert in the field of immunology. He just put on a magic helmet, and that G made him a genius.
Got him. And then he went on for like 8 more minutes. He also said Aaron is too arrogant to know how ignorant he is, and that he did the impossible by making the New York Jets look even worse. Rodgers had previously said he was going to discuss the chaos on the Pat McAfee show sometime this week, so let's see how this...
Pat McAfee has never gotten so much attention.
Seriously.
I didn't even know the guy's name before this Epstein stuff, and all of a sudden they're like, ooh, on the Pat McAfee this, Pat McAfee show that.
Now, you do know these names: Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet, Selena Gomez, and all that is stirring up some drama. But we do, and it's so juicy. This is coming out of the Golden Globes over the weekend, and there's some faraway footage of Selena Gomez talking to Taylor Swift and Kaylee Sperry, who is the wife of Miles Teller. We know him. And they're all gossiping because according to the rumor has it that Kylie Jenner said that Timothy could not take a selfie with Taylor and Selena.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
Shots fired.
So-called lip readers claim to have deciphered that they were really talking about that. They say Selena was telling her girls that Chalamet refused to take a picture with her because of Kylie and Kylie watching. People on the internet are speculating that Kylie is the one who shut it down. A source close to Selena claims that they were not talking about Timothy, and I feel really dumb even sharing this story with you guys. Someone getting a lot of heat, or some people, is the New York Times, because they have an op-ed that just went viral because they are calling Taylor Swift essentially gay.
Uh-oh.
Now, this has been been part of the, I don't know, topic of discussion in the community for quite some time, but for New York Times to put it all out there is a whole different level, apparently. The queer writer insists that Taylor has been dropping hairpins throughout her career. In 2019, a Vogue interview, Taylor said that she aimed to be a good ally to the community, but not a member of it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of Taylor's associates is now trashing the article, saying because of her massive success, there's a Taylor-shaped hole in people's ethics. This article wouldn't have been allowed to be written about Shawn Mendes or any male artist whose sexuality has been questioned by fans. There seems to be no boundary some journalists won't cross when writing about Taylor. It's invasive, untrue, and inappropriate.
It's funny. I heard the writer who wrote the Taylor Swift is secretly gay article for the New York Times. When they said this would have never been done to Shawn Mendes, the same writer wrote that Shawn Mendes was secretly gay too. The same person actually did this with Shawn Mendes. So I think there's something about celebrity writing that turns people into monsters, and then they just do weird stuff like this.
They do.
It's
it is
weird.
Strange. And of course, Taylor's been accused of queer baiting, just trying to get more fans by hinting that perhaps she's dipping her foot into the gay world. But obviously, a lot of people are calling it untrue and inappropriate. Taylor's team has not commented.
Any more than Katy Perry could be...
JonBenet Ramsey? Now, that's true.
No. I meant Katy...
He meant queer baiting.
Queer baiting.
Yeah, that, for sure.
For the Kiss the Girl and I Liked It, yeah.
This is, I guess, cat baiting, but Forbes has done the deep dive that all of us
sounds like something you shouldn't do.
Wanting for a long time, and Travis Kelce may be worth a pretty penny, but holds no candle to Taylor Swift's cat's net worth.
How much is that thing worth?
Olivia Benson, of course, Taylor's cat named after Sean.
I don't know.
Law and Order character.
Thank you, SVU.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Want to take a guess at what the estimated net worth of her effing cat is?
How does the cat have any net worth?
Well, I'll tell you. This is, of course, world's wealthiest pets list that they come out with every year. A website, allaboutcats.com, contributed to it. Scottish Fold earns through several music videos, merchandise, has cameos and big budget ads like Diet Coke and Ned sneakers. That's what the website noted. How much do you think the cat's worth? Just the cat. Just the cat.
I don't believe this cat is getting paid, but I'm going to go. I'm going with the premise that the cat is getting paid, and I'm going to say $3 million.
Okay. More than Travis Kelce. That was a big part of the headline. There.
Oh, 30. How much does Travis Kelce make? I don't even know. $30 million?
30 is a great guess. Christopher Lane?
I'm going to say $2.7 billion.
2.7 is also a guess. $97 million they're estimating.
This isn't true.
Just Taylor's cat is worth. They're saying Travis's net worth is $40 million. And Swift, on the other hand, $740 million.
If you're saying that Taylor Swift's cat is worth a lot of money because if you were to buy it, knowing that it previously belonged to Taylor Swift.
No, the cat's making money. The cat's getting paid for being in commercials.
Animals do not have net worths.
Okay, but animals that are in commercials and in movies and in...
Their owners make the money, don't they?
Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to cut a check to you're not going to cut a check to a cat. You're going to cut it to the owner.
It could be some sort of fund though that it goes to. It has to work that way.
It's not like the dog from Full House.
Guys, it's just supposed to be a fun story about Taylor Swift's cat being richer than Travis.
Fake news.
Quit filming for the day and then hit the bar and it's like, oh, rough filming day on Full House.
All right,
let me get a beer.
I've run out of time now. What did I not? Okay, real quick. George Clooney is now revealed because. Why? When he had his first orgasm.
Okay.
And he had his first orgasm pretty young. His partner was a rope. In a 2011 Rolling Stone interview, George said, for whatever reason, I believe it was while climbing a rope when I was 6 or 7 years old. I mean, nothing came out. That's a direct quote. But all the other elements were there. Remember getting on top of the rope, hanging off the rope, and going, oh my God, this feels great. George Clooney, everybody. And,
all right.
I think it's a good time for the boob tube because I feel uncomfortable reading that quote. On the boob tube, Celebrity Jeopardy. Thank God, C. Lane.
Yeah, baby.
We have the third season premiere of Le Bras on NBC, Whose Line Is It Anyways? Watch What Happens Live. Series premiere Echo on Disney Plus and Hulu, and you can catch Jodie effing Foster on Kimmel. Follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, Mom.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll catch up with you and your comments, your dispatches. Plus, we've got to talk about all the new tech that's been unveiled at CES 2024, including one of the dumbest things I've heard of in my life. Don't waste your money on this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Checking out the area, no major problems on the major highway systems. On the smaller roads, there's a couple accidents to watch out for. On Colonial Drive eastbound at McGuire Road, the right lane is blocked. Northbound and southbound on Goldenrod, there's delays due to an accident between Curry Ford Road and Hoffner Avenue. You could expect delays due to an accident on Weatherby Road westbound at Bisted Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Get Spectrum. Internet, mobile, and TV. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk, too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member. Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
SleepNumber.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. The Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is now only $9.90. Plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar, solarsource.com/monsters.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Save time and money with the aluminum fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $23.65. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License numbers C10252 and C10803.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
Paul emails. He says, about the boomers versus the millennials. No, Paul. No. This is Gen Z versus the boomers. That's where the real warfare
And I still don't know who's fighting. Still don't know who's at each other. I don't get it.
It's happening whether you like it or not, Sela. And the war is going on, and it's never going to end. Because Paul says, whatever happened to getting 2 jobs? Huh? Whatever happened to getting 2 jobs? Why does everybody think they should have only 1 job? I'm Gen X, and I worked 80 hours a week so that I could afford my 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with a roommate. That was in the early 90s, says Paul. So he says, don't get lazy with one job. Get out there and get another job. If you don't have at least 2 jobs, it's pathetic. Got to be putting 80 hours a week.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I think maybe you're not getting what you deserve in one job, bud.
Maybe he does deserve it. Here's the thing. There are people who deserve less than others. And if you're that person, you might need to work 80 hours a week because...
God, but then you don't get to have any fun, man.
Wait, hold on. 80 hours or 40 hours a week is 9 to 5.
For the most part.
So what would 80 hours a week even look like? It would be 7 days a week at least. And that's 8 hours a day. So if you did 2 more days, you're talking about 16 hours. That's 56 hours if you work 7 days a week. And so that's not even enough.
You're like
keep going.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's a long day. So if you did work 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that would be 12-hour days, 5 days a week. That's still only 60. You're not there. You got to go further than that. You'd have to go 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. That would be 14-hour days. That's 50 and then 20. That's 70 hours a week. You're not sleeping much. You're just working. You're working and working. You have a little time to take off to pay your bills, and then back to work, over and over you do it. That's just how your life's going to be. Sorry, that's the way it works.
Sounds like fun.
You know, I was going to say, on the Jimmy Kimmel thing, it was strange to hear you play that during the next episode because I don't listen to the late night shows. I haven't in a very, very long time. But I don't know if this is normal or not. It seems to me like the monologues have changed so much.
It was long, man.
Back in the day, and the people were laughing too. I didn't think much of it was very funny. I
only got like the Aaron Rodgers clips. I mean, he went on for a while with Aaron and then went on to some other stuff, and they played like sound bites and everything, but it was, I looked down after recording it, and I'm like 9 minutes later, and he's still up in the front talking.
Yeah. And I get people, that's drama. He's involved in the drama. Address it. I get it. But the actual monologues used to be so much more set up, punchline, set up, punchline, set up, punchline.
Next joke. Yeah. Now they're like, sometimes they're... sometimes they're more of a monologue when all the stuff is kind of strung together. Like John Oliver is more of a speech than just a rattling off of a list of jokes.
Yeah. John Oliver is like, here's my topic. I'm going to inform you on this, and I'm going to every 5 sentences slide in something funny. And that works really well for him. His style works really well for him. And it also translates to YouTube very, very well. If you see his videos on YouTube, they work out well.
It also translates to a podcast very well because my wife listens to John Oliver. I think it's just the opening, but it goes on for a long time. It's a large opening.
Yeah.
But she listens to it like a podcast almost.
Yeah, and for the most part, I think he makes fairly good arguments, and he talks about a lot of things that other people don't talk about, which I find interesting. I hate when everybody covers the same exact thing. Like, you could flip around on the channels, and it's all the same exact stuff. And so much so, we've done this before on the show, but if you really get into it, and you take the local news programs, they share scripts, and so you could cut it together, and so the local news all over the country and all these different markets, same exact things. They're saying the exact same thing in the script. They're telling the exact same jokes, and they just go over and over and over with it. But he picks up some pretty good topics, and I think he is funny, and he is good at making a point, and there should be a point to what you're saying. But with Kimmel, it just sounds like, I don't know. And I think they're not alone. I think a lot of the late night hosts are just kind of like... political now. Like, it's just like a political show.
Except for that Fallon.
Fallon, even him, he even like kind of caved to it after a while because it I guess people want it to a certain extent because it was hurting his ratings to be the guy who was like, I'm not going to do it. You come here for goofy stuff. I'll give you the goofy stuff, and then you go on your way. And games, and we got, the Roots are here. And
I like the games.
I do too.
I like knowing that Usher would be a good partner if we were to play catchphrase together.
Right. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It just seems like there's been a huge evolution in the late night monologue, and I'm not really here for it. I don't
really
think it's
watch
super
late
fun.
night. It's just like clips that pop up for me at this point. I mean, for some reason, I think it's just a particular audience, but that audience has been dedicated to watching late night. That's part of their routine.
Mm-hmm,
I don't know how many new people they're picking up at this point.
No, it's probably just an audience that's aging along with them, I would guess. And for me, I don't find political humor to be anywhere near my favorite brand of humor. It's usually just somebody angry with somebody, and it becomes about just their personal feelings. I don't know. I don't find it to be super funny, but
I mean,
that's
if
what
you
they
make
all
it
have done.
funny, that's good. But a lot of times, if it's just if it's more of an attack than a joke, I get that. Where you'd be like, all right, why don't you do some funny stuff?
Yeah. Like SNL has done some funny stuff, but some of it just becomes like the Orange Man bad stuff. Where here's the stuff I'm going to say about Trump tonight.
We're just getting started, baby. Election year.
And they're happy, too, because that's relevant again. Even when it wasn't, it was like, hey, Trump is not the president. We're 3 years into Biden. It was still, for the late night shows, just Trump bad, or like whatever jokes they could come up with. And eventually you kind of run out of them. And it's like, okay, I get it.
Right now, SNL, I think the last time I saw them do, have the guy that plays Donald Trump on there, it wasn't so much a Trump bad. It was like, Trump's the best thing you got. You got nothing else. Look at him. Look at him up there. Nothing left.
Let's be honest. Trump, for all of the terrible things, has brought some really funny moments to the political humor world.
Hell yeah.
Before him, I really hated political humor, and then it was like, oh, okay, we can find some fun in some of this stuff. You know, it's going to be weird. Speaking of that, because Alec Baldwin played Trump for a long time on SNL.
I like this guy better.
He is better at it. Alec Baldwin's movie Rust is coming out before too long.
Ooh, you gonna go to the theater?
I don't know. The promotion on that one. Imagine he's going around doing the promotional tour and on those late night shows and doing interviews. That seems kind of weird. They're gonna ask him questions about the woman who ended up dying, who got shot and killed on the set of Rust. And this is just going to be like an uncomfortable
thing. Will they ask, though, or are they only going to allow press under the rule that you are not to bring that up?
Man, if they did that, I think, number one, some people will probably break that agreement. And number two...
If not, we'll see right through it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. That's the thing everybody's expecting that you ask. And they're going to be going around trying to get people to watch a movie where somebody died while they were filming it.
Well, I mean, how do they do with other movies where people have died? Like, I don't know how much late night action was happening when the Twilight Zone movie came out, but
yeah, I was trying to think about this just as we were saying that, and there are a lot of movies where people died on set, like The Crow with Brandon Lee.
That was the other one I was thinking of.
Ah, that was so long ago, though.
I think that movie did okay. I don't remember. C-Lane's right to say The Twilight Zone. There was somebody who was killed by a helicopter blade.
Yeah, his kappa was detained.
In Ben-Hur, there was somebody who died. A stuntman who died when the wheel of his chariot broke. And through the years, there's been a lot of movies like that where people have died while they were filming it. For some reason, this one just seems a little different because of the way it went down. Over at CES, that's the Consumer Electronics Show for the uninitiated.
Yeah.
2024. They've got all the AIs. They've got transparent TVs, which are super cool. I think this could be one of those future things because imagine this. TVs can be a little ugly. And if you have transparent TVs, you look at the wall, you don't even see anything. You just see like a glass thing on the wall. And then when you hit the button, the transparent TV lights up and turns into a television just like any other. They've tried for a while to do that where when your TV wasn't being used for watching television, it was like artwork.
Oh, the frame. That's
the
what,
frame.
When we went TV shopping for the most recent television we got. we were looking at, like, what's the most expensive option? And it was like, well, LG, I think, has this frame. Or maybe not LG. Maybe it was one of the others. We got an LG. But there were the one that was the frame where it was, I'm like, are we supposed to have 86 inches of artwork when we're not watching TV? It seems it seems like a lot.
Some of them, and we've discussed this on the show before, some of them will try to fade into the background. They'll have cameras on the back of the TV, and it just mimics whatever wall it's on. So if it's on like a brick wall, it looks like a brick wall instead of a TV. And they had a $3,200 toilet seat that's at CES that you can talk to if you'd like. Why not talk to your toilet seat?
Give me your poo.
They've got robots that will play fetch with your dog. They have a machine that will, Star Trek style, turn you into a hologram and transport you to a city far away. And over 130,000 people, showing up in Las Vegas for CES, getting things like that Pure Wash E930 bidet seat for just $3,200.
Happy BHs.
Quick break. We are back in just a moment, and we're going to hear from you, and we're going to get into something else that's going on right now all around you. And I'm sure you've noticed, but we'll see if you put the pieces together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Traveling on Colonial Drive, expect delays due to an accident eastbound at McGuire Road. The right lane is blocked. There's slowdowns northbound and southbound on Goldenrod Road due to an accident between Hoffner and Curry Ford Road. There's minor congestion on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 and the Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Hi, welcome to IKEA and our winter sale. Hi. We've got hundreds of offers with up to 70% savings across the store.
Wait, did you say 70%?
Yes.
My kids love playing dress up. Can you help us get organized?
Ooh, yeah. Check out our offers on dressers and storage.
Ooh, what about bath towels?
Yep.
Comforters, pillowcases?
Yes and yes.
I think I need a bigger cart.
Visit IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for details. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com/winter sale for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
You made it through the holidays. Now it's time to figure out if that constant sniffle is a cold or allergies. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. I know, you're busy. Who has time to get an allergy test and go in for weekly allergy shots? At Aspire, we make it easy by providing same-day results and a treatment plan tailored just for you. Forget the over-the-counter meds. Aspire has solutions that actually work, so you can say goodbye to allergies for good. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
Extreme Tom Keene is bankrolled by radicals. Their plan is Biden's plan. Tax more, spend more, till everything costs more. Now, Keene refuses to work with Republicans to solve the affordability crisis. Keene's cronies want to handcuff cops, release criminals, disband school resource officers, even let men play women's sports. It's crazy, it's extreme, and so is Tom Keene. But Erica Booth will fight their failed agenda. Mom, teacher, school board member. Booth will cut taxes, combat inflation, back the blue, and lower premiums by holding big insurance accountable. Send a signal to Joe Biden's Washington radicals. Vote Erica Booth this Tuesday, January 16th. Paid political advertisement paid for by the Florida House Republican Campaign Committee. P.O. Box 10307, Tallahassee, Florida 32302. The Florida House Republican Campaign Committee endorses and urges you to vote for Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Approved by Erica Booth, Daniel Perez, and Alex Andrade. Republicans for Florida House of Representatives.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
It's the new year, and guess what? I'm in hot water. Hey, it's RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. My sales are frozen. So this month, I've cooked up the craziest icebreaker ever. Right now, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car, regardless of make, model, miles, or even condition. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it. Plus, with my dealer next door credit approval process, you could skate home for just $8 down. We've got the banks to break the ice with lower rates and smaller payments. You can drive a car that's twice as nice. Come see me at RC Hill Mitsubishi. Check out the new Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. For your peace of mind, we provide a lifetime limited warranty. So dump that old ride you hate, and you can drive for $8. But hurry, this deal will melt away fast. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See details at rchill.com.
It's been said that good fences make good neighbors. Your friends at Fence Outlet couldn't agree more. Whatever style, whatever color, just share your ideas. And your friends at Fence Outlet will have the right application for you. For quality fences at the best prices, go to fenceoutlet.com.
License number C10252 and C10803.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
The only radio show strong enough to fight off a Category 5 hurricane. This
These political ads are hilarious to me. I can't get enough of this now. With the political ad season heating up, and poor Tom Keene.
Woo!
Tom
Extreme.
Tom Keene is a loser. It's like everything in these ads is so over the top, and like this bumper sticker city. Our candidate says back the blue, but Tom Keene is a pussy. So much, man. It always brings me back to that. I loved that skit. I think it was on SNL. I'm not positive. I believe Will Ferrell was in it. And they were doing the attack ads for this political race. And then after one of the politicians won, he kept going with the attack ads, you know, and the other guy's like, "What are you doing? You won. The election's over." And he's like, "Tom Keene is a pussy."
I mean, it's no different than what I said that when Donald Trump first took office, and then I was like, "This guy, I don't think he wants to stop doing rallies. Like he got elected, he won the presidency, he has the seat." I think he still goes on tour because he likes getting in front of a crowd and doing the Trump thing.
Oh, a crowd of people that like him. When he's in Washington and he's at the White House, he's got the White House press corps. Those people hate him. They're not on his side. So he's like, I got to get some friendlies out here. And these ads are great, man. It's so, oh God, they're so loaded, and got to back the blue. And just, you're going to hear more of those. It's not our fault. Just so you know, little tidbit, all right? If you listen to talk radio or anything else with commercials, we are not allowed to, for the most part, turn down political advertisements, right? So we're not allowed to be like, oh, this guy, I don't like this guy as a station. You have to let everybody air their commercials. Otherwise, you can get in trouble for it.
Learn that in school. What is it called?
It's like, it's not the fairness doctrine, I don't think, but it might be still like pieces of the fairness doctrine. It used to be, and it's still true for some outlets, that you have to give equal time.
Yeah.
So like if you interviewed somebody, then you have to interview the other person. But that's not true for us. We don't have to give equal time. If we were to have a politician on, we don't have to have like their opponent on to give them equal time on the platform. It's just that
pretty cool though if we did, like, but that would force the opponent to have to come on the show. That would be the hurdle. Like,
I would just want them to come on together.
If we got some small time politician who's running for president of the United States, to get on our show, and we'll interview them from like the Green Party or the Purple Party or the Fluffy Party or whatever.
Fluffy Party, yeah.
The Fluffy Party, and then they're like, guys, now we have to give equal time. So President Trump has to weigh in. President Biden has to weigh in. We have to have all these people on the show now.
The Fluffy Party is a bunch of pussies, and
it sounds like a pussy party.
I like when you have them both on at the same time, because I like to hear a debate. I heard one yesterday that was Alex Jones versus these other guys, and they were talking about like January 6th and the election and stuff. The streamer Destiny, who's quite good, was one of the people on this. And anything with Alex Jones is just, you watch, you get annoyed, and then you realize I'm like entertained by how annoyed I am, and then round and round it goes. And during the debate that they were having, Alex Jones, and I'm not saying he's doing cocaine, all right? I'm not saying that Alex Jones does cocaine, but he left the debate 3 separate times to pee. All right? It's like, I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. And goes and comes back, and then when he comes back, he's like, right out of a cannon once again. He's all fired up.
I will eat my neighbors.
I'll eat my neighbors. He's ready to go.
Favorite.
So, not saying he does cocaine, but boy, that's a lot of bathroom time. 3 times, 4 times maybe during the course of that debate. It's good stuff to watch, though. Everybody around us seems to be getting sick right now. I'm not sure if you guys are noticing this in your world as well, but it is happening out there. You've got like 5 different things coming together at the same time. You got people with just the traditional cold. You got people with the flu. You got people with COVID. You got people with this RSV or whatever it is. And this is the time of year when a bunch of people end up getting sick. It starts when people gather for Christmas and the New Year, and then it starts spreading from there, and more people get sick like that. So just don't be making out with too many people, and keep your distance from the folks that are coughing. And if you're sick, it doesn't make it cool to go to work even though you're sick that day, right? That is the weirdest thing. We're talking about Gen Z and talking about boomers and stuff. That's one of the weirdest boomer things. Boomer thing was, oh, you got a little cough and a fever, get your ass to work. And you go, wait, hold on. There's other people working with me. Aren't I doing the wrong thing by getting everybody at work sick and spreading this around more?
Well, it doesn't matter because all the people that you get sick should also get their ass to work.
Yeah.
So what does it matter?
All members of the fluffy party, I'm sure, these folks. It's really, really, that's the weirdest vestige of boomerism that we hang on to, where you're like, oh, you're sick? Get to work right now. Let's go over to you and see what's happening in your neck of the woods. And we've got a bunch of dispatches. You can leave yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. I'd love it if you did it. Here is Walty. It says, Muffin Girl, ?
I was just listening to Secret Show number 99. Did you just refer to Courtney as Muffin Girl?
No, it used to be Muffin Lady like 8 million years ago. But even though it's still her Instagram name, I just call her Courtney because that's her name. Banana Potato has something different about The Dark Knight. I'm not sure how this is going to tie into what we've been talking about, but let's give him a chance here.
Hey, what's going on, junkies?
Or her.
The first movie that popped into my head when you were talking about people that had passed away during production of a film, I know this happened after the movie was already done filming, but Heath Ledger was the first person to come to mind.
Oh, true.
And I know that really drove a lot of people to go see the movie. First of all, the movie already was going to be super popular. The first Dark Knight was huge, and I know everyone was super excited to see Joker. But then once Heath Ledger passed away, an actor that was really respected and beloved, a lot of people went to see his performance. And also a lot of people were saying, like, that was the role that killed him. Like, he went so insane and etc. I think it's going to be different with Alec Baldwin in Rust because he, unfortunately shot this woman, and then he's going to be the front man to promote it.
Yeah, in a Wild West movie where he's got a gun the whole time. And you're going to be thinking, as he's pointing the gun at the camera, you're like, I wonder if this is right around the time when he shot Elena Hutchinson. I wonder if this is when it happened. It's like just natural that you would react that way.
Do you think anybody reveals what particular scene it was? Or perhaps they cut the scene?
Footage.
We know that it was in the church. And we know enough about it to know, hey, it might have been this scene here. They weren't even filming the take when she got shot, I don't believe. I think they were just rehearsing. Yeah, they were going over the lines and rehearsing the scene. And then Alec Baldwin says he didn't even pull the trigger. The gun somehow fired. And now they got to promote that damn thing. Here is Erica. Erica would like to join the show. That sounds good to me.
You know what's a crazy thought is that minimum wage was a concept that was so somebody could live on the minimum wage. And if I have to have 2 or 3 of those minimum wage jobs, they're obviously not minimum wage because I'm not able to live off of those wages. Or am I wrong there?
You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. Get out there. What are you doing, lazy? Get 3 jobs.
I'd say
4 hours a week.
4 jobs. Just as soon as you wake up, start working until you can't physically move anymore. Go to sleep and then start that over again until you die.
Yeah, if you're not working at least 20 hours a day, I think you're coming off as a little bit lazy. It's looking a little sad and pathetic, and you need to get out there and get job 7.
Kids these days.
You can't get them to do anything.
No.
Let's go over to DeLand Man with a dispatch for us.
Hey, junkies. I just wanted to call in with a quick query. I was laughing to myself about the Taylor Swift's cat's net worth. So I've got a marry, F, and kill question for you. So said cat, Taylor Swift's cat, Lassie, and that dog that was on the Target commercials, that white...
That dog's dead.
I think his name was Spot, actually. So, marry, F, kill. There you go. Have a good day. Enjoy listening to you guys so much, and I was laughing. So, anyway, good job, Sabrina.
Thank you.
I mean, there are certain dogs that I would kill if it's like a bad dog, like Cujo. I wouldn't have a problem putting down Cujo or that Cat and Pet Cemetery.
Okay. Did you watch Cujo? Because Cujo ended up being a good dog. It was misunderstood, I thought.
Cujo was? I don't remember.
Oh, I am mixing it up with the Sandlot dog.
No, yeah, that dog was a good dog. He just wanted to lick him, but he was a big beast of a dog. Wasn't that his name, Beast?
Dog?
No, God, no. None of the dogs. That's why I'm not participating in his game. It's not even about human beings, for God's sake. It's very strange, sir, but thank you anyways for the dispatch.
I'm going to marry Taylor Swift's cat. That seems to be the richest of all the pets.
It's the money?
And the other
thing?
two are dead, long gone.
Still say fake news. That cat doesn't have any money. There's no cat bank account, right? If the cat doesn't have a bank account, then it doesn't actually have the money, and somebody else is getting the money.
Super rich people that have left all of their fortune to their pets.
Yes.
That's to their pets. I mean,
yes, but that's not the same as like saying that an animal is making money. The animal doesn't ever get it. It's the person who owns the animal. Like, he said Lassie. The person who owned Lassie is the one that was getting the money for Lassie being in the show.
Correct.
Right? Or one of the many Lassies that they had, because they had a bunch of them. And they take all the money, and the dog is just out there doing slave labor. The dog ain't getting nothing out of this whole thing.
Okay, but, getting nice treatment, I'm sure, good bed.
Back then, now, yes. Now you got to have somebody on the set. They make sure the animals are all good. Back in the day, I think it was pretty willy-nilly for a while. I think they... didn't the MGM lion kill a couple people?
Yes.
The one that like roars at the beginning of the MGM?
Wouldn't you kill a couple people if your head was stuck inside of a ring?
That guy was that particular lion or tiger was a lion, I guess.
Leo the lion.
Leo the lion, I think, had a death toll. He had some people that he marred along the way. Let's do one more. Here is Skip a Style talking about the teacher. And if you missed this story, there's a father who's now headed for jail potentially because he was allowing his son, who is 16, have sex with his 26-year-old teacher. Dad was like, hey, if they're going to do it anyways, I might as well just be in on this and make sure everybody's being safe. And the teacher was hanging out with the 16-year-old kid at Dad's place, and there's a lot going on there.
So Dad didn't participate in any of the, like, using the kids as lookouts thing. That was like they were having sex at the school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but Dad did participate in, to some extent,
letting her come over.
Yeah, and they said when the cops showed up, Dad was on the phone with the teacher that his son was sleeping with. Skip a Styles talking about this.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
Here's my thing on this whole teacher-student thing. Hot take, double standards are out there, and I think they need to be out there. Double standards exist for a reason. I think they need to kind of stay in place. Quite frankly, because we're just wired different. Little boys, little girls, grown men, grown women are just wired differently in a lot of different scenarios, and that's one of them. I can never recall a time of hearing a dude who would, let's say, have a sexual encounter and then be like, oh my God, I regret that so much. I should have did that. I didn't love him, or I didn't care. I mean, her, or whatever.
I know what you're saying, but it's not like that never happens, right? Like, it could have an impact. I know most guys listen to this, and they have the same reaction that people have to, I'll give you another example of how there's like a double standard. Recently, there was a story about the Bachelor, a Bachelorette, actually. And the Bachelorette was getting divorced with her husband. They met on the show, obviously. And I forgot which one it was. But there was on the Bachelorette subreddit, all the people were making fun of this guy because he initiated the divorce and he was asking for money. He was asking for, like, alimony and to be paid each month after they were getting a divorce. And because of traditional standards in the United States of America, if there's a divorce, they did the same thing to Russell Brand, even though he wasn't trying to get money when he got the divorce from Katy Perry. Like, if a guy says,
same with Adele's husband, same with Kelly Clarkson's, I believe.
It's a common thing. Like, if the guy asks for money in the divorce settlement, people are like, oh, what a loser. If there's a divorce settlement like Jeff Bezos or something, and his wife gets a whole boatload of money, making her one of the richest people on the planet, everybody's like, okay, yeah, that's normal. That's the way this goes, and this makes sense. Why do people do that? Well, because generally speaking, the woman would have been staying home with the kids in a marriage traditionally and not able to go out and work during the time that they were in their relationship. And then the woman would have like no resources if the man divorced her, right? That's the traditional place where this all comes from, where it originates from. But now things are very different in society, and it's not the same as it used to be. And even if the woman is super famous and rich and the man is just like a regular dude and he wants some money in the divorce, it's still looked at as pathetic. That's just a double standard that we all embrace as
Fine
Americans.
with me, I'll be pathetic but still have money.
Get that cash, right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have to talk about something insane that happened at a coffee shop. I think this is going to set some people off, plus jury duty's on the way and a whole lot more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Is the NFL next for Jim Harbaugh after finally winning his first natty? After beating the king, Nick Saban, and his recent successes against Ryan Day, it's time for Harbaugh to rejoin the big boys. College football, great, but at times it's silly. Unregulated NIL rules that turn into the wild, wild west, and Harbaugh, he got his hardware. Now he can go back to where he belongs, the NFL. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hype screen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
It's a new year, and that mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you. With over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com, it's very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a human, like a friend, not like a number, like all the other mortgage companies would. And that's very important considering that chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button and Don will review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, is a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see a difference, start the process today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com and work with an expert and a friend that you can trust.
Don't miss the vote. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office, Orlando.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line, all while saving more than $700 over the competition. And with Speed Boost, your Spectrum Mobile phone will go even faster with speeds up to a gig for big speed, big reliability, and big savings. Get Spectrum One today. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's lifelock.com, promo code CLAY.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Something that happens in a coffee shop that makes my head explode thinking about it. That is on the way. If you missed any of the show today, all you need to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com and you can catch up with the podcast. There it is, right there for you, free dollars and free cents. And you can hang out with us each day and not miss any of the action on the show. All right, here we go. Let's lean into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. Lots of attorneys out there. The one that I'd tell you to contact is the one who continues to send people back to me afterwards where they go, hey, thank you so much for telling me about Mo. Mo did a great job.
Turns out he's awesome.
I got way more money than I was ever expecting and way more than they offered me at the beginning of this. And it was so fast. All of these things. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Okay, how obnoxious is this? There is now a bit of a dilemma that is happening around a coffee shop. Now, I've never been to this coffee shop. I'm not much of a coffee person, but it sounds like a snooty place to me. Perhaps I'm wrong, but the name of the place is Mansion Society.
Ew, for coffee?
That's a coffee store. Mansion Society.
That's not a good name for any store.
No, it sounds
like
so
a sex club.
Like it sounds unapproachable. And it's a place.
It sounds like pretentious, but nobody taught you how to be real pretentious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Indiana is where this was, in Indianapolis. And here's what happened. All right, I guess this guy and the person he was with, this woman, I guess they were big fans of this Mansion Society coffee shop, and they loved the place, and they thought it was beautiful.
Love to see the prices.
Oh, God. Look it up. Mansion Society, Indianapolis. I'm sure you could bring up the place itself. And so the couple who was obsessed with this place, they did something. They did what they called a pop-up wedding. And they didn't ask any permission for this at all. They simply showed up with a 20 to 30 person strong wedding party. They had an officiant. They had photographers. Obviously, they had guests. It was New Year's Eve when this happened. So this place was like trying to operate. And you could see a video of this, and they got married at this Mansion Society like it was a wedding chapel or something.
At a coffee shop.
At a coffee shop. And
Woof.
again, you should know, they did not ask the place. They did not get any permission. They just went in there and did this for like 30 minutes or so, having what they called a pop-up wedding. And now the coffee shop wants to sue them because they didn't get any sort of like venue fee for them having the wedding in their store.
I mean,
and
you can't do a pop-up wedding, man.
No, hell no.
You could. There's nothing illegal has happened here. However, the coffee shop, in my opinion, would have to be able to get money from this couple who had the pop-up wedding that did not pay any sort of venue fee.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to show some sort of history that says people have paid them before to have a wedding there.
Right.
Meaning that is something that they've offered, they have a price tag on it, and this couple has now stolen the idea of having the wedding there, and there is an actual, not tangible, but an actual stated price. You see what I'm getting at?
But they're taking away from their business by having all these people just pop up.
Are they? Did all the people order coffee?
We don't know that. They could have just showed up to watch.
It says their initial online post regarding the incident. See if you could find them. I don't know if this was on Facebook or Instagram that they posted about this, but they had multiple posts about this happening. Their initial online post regarding the incident described a 20 to 30 person strong wedding party, complete with an officiant, photographers, and guests that entered the store on New Year's Eve day. Then a beautiful bride walked in, and they proceeded to have a ceremony with zero knowledge to us, says the store. The mansion had initially declined to share a video of the imposition out of respect, but they changed their minds due to lack of accountability from the wedding crashers. In the jaw-dropping footage, the bride and groom could be seen getting hitched in front of fawning onlookers as if they were inside a wedding chapel. To make matters worse, the freeloaders blocked the entrances to the venue and treated the staff like they were their party caterers. They were asking us to take coats, purses, and watch personal items like they rented us out for a personal event.
Okay, this makes me think that perhaps the guests were not told that this was a not paid for venue.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you showed up to a wedding,
balls on bride and groom.
Yeah. If you showed up to a wedding and there were staff running the venue, you would assume that there was an agreement there. And if you showed up to this wedding and they haven't told you ahead of time that, hey, we're kind of bootlegging this wedding here, then I don't see that as being something that's bad on the guest account.
I have
They
an
might not have
update from the actual coffee shop, their Instagram.
Oh, what'd they say?
They posted, by the way, this is like, I mean, it's very coffee shop-esque.
Okay.
Pages on notes. But hello again. We have an update. We'd like to update you on the pop-up wedding saga. It's been an overwhelming couple of days First, want to thank you for all the support, kind words, reassurance that we are in the right, and even a GoFundMe that has entered the group chat. We'll try our best to answer all the questions in the post. Yes, the post has reached the bridal party in question. The bride, to be specific, she reached out via email offering a $200 donation. We have sent a reply, and in full transparency, we will be posting our response. A clip of the wedding taking place, something we chose to exempt in our original post for the lack of accountability, will be in this. We will wait for payment from the bride to hopefully leave this in the past. An invoice has been sent.
How much are they asking for? Because they said they offered $200. What's the coffee shop asking for from these people who had a pop-up wedding without telling everybody?
They don't mention it in page 2. They also want to mention, though, that the leasing manager of Central State, many other buildings, including the 1899 building venue, is working with us because they also got no approval to do a full photo shoot in the building with no consent or permit. Why didn't we stop
we're all
it?
in agreement, though, right? We're all in agreement that this is rude at the very least.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's tacky.
Yeah,
it's rude to prevent other customers from trying to get their coffee, but just to show up and just have a wedding and not tell anybody is very tacky.
They said the wedding guests came in a 15-minute timeline, sat down, figured they were waiting for their entire group before getting up to order, but then the bride walked in and the ceremony immediately began.
My God.
They said we were taking orders, slinging drinks, couldn't stop a wedding ceremony midway. The social media backlash could have been cancel-worthy if spun the right way. Our shock froze us in the moment, and our email response to the bride, we break down what her party did with love and respect the team.
I want to hear what they said in this email.
I'll have to send you the post because they have the video here of the wedding. They have the email for sure as the screenshot.
We got to take a quick break, so we'll take a look at this and dive a little deeper and hear from you with your dispatches. What do you think? What would you have done if this was your place? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's some delays to watch out for this afternoon due to accidents on Colonial Drive eastbound at McGuire Road, on Apopka Vinland Road, southbound at Steer Lake Road. Traveling on I-4, there's a bit of congestion eastbound between Osceola Parkway and approaching State Road 535. And no major problems on Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Strong enough for a Mastiff, but gentle enough for a Chihuahua. Invisible Fence is more than a fence. Customized for every pet, every need, and every yard. Their hands-on training and exclusive technology ensures your pet is protected while giving them more room to run. Learn more at InvisibleFence.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
There's no better time than the new year to help protect your identity and finances. LifeLock detects potential threats to your identity that you may miss on your own. If you do become a victim, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's easy to keep. Save 25% off your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY to save 25%. That's LifeLock.com. Promo code CLAY.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Are you ready for a clearer tomorrow? Well, for a limited time, the Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultation. Do what my son and my father-in-law did. Text 1041 to 868686. Schedule your free LASIK consultation today. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures and use only the latest state-of-the-art LASIK tech. And they offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. And even better, you can use your Flex spending account for LASIK as well. Free yourself from glasses or contacts in 2024. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
From the creator of Up and Vanished comes a new true crime weekly podcast series. In each episode of Talking to Death, join Payne, Lindsay, and guests as they discuss all things crime, life, mystery, and fun.
Are aliens real?
Based on everything I've learned, I think that the government knows something. I don't know if aliens are real, but I think there's something out there that they know.
Listen to Talking to Death on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Odds are you won't die.
Crayola Creativity Week starts January 22nd to celebrate creativity and engage kids all around the world in creative learning. With celebrity creators, hands-on activities, read-alouds, and giveaways, it's easy and free to participate. Register today at Crayola.com/creativityweek.
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet, now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 6 months. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. 2024, we all have resolutions. Here's a really good one, I think. A resolution to find out about your health before anything happens. That means go to Life Imaging FLA. Early detection is the key to maintaining a healthy heart. And in 2024, make the resolution to get a scan before you have any symptoms for heart disease or for cancer, because it's a game changer if you have early detection. And that's what Life Imaging FLA does. I'm so glad that my wife and I went, and I know people that have gone and found out they had heart blockage they had no idea about. So it's a game changer. Here's what you do. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is like a $699 value, and it's definitely worth it. So pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan, you'll be connected in seconds. Get a scan if you can, and remember, you're going to receive an option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Get a scan if you can.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good. All I have to say about that is... Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
Paid actor portrayal.
Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. In 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected.
Ethos fast and easy online term life insurance up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Moms, we all wish there were 2 more of us just to get through the day, preparing lunches, snacks, dinners. We've all got a lot on our plates. That's where Fresh from Florida comes in. They have hundreds of recipes that make mealtime quick, easy, and healthy. And shopping for locally grown produce is a snap. Just look for the Fresh from Florida logo. When it's almost dinner time and you have to be 3 places at once, go to the one place that counts. FreshFromFlorida.com. There's sunshine in every bite.
No payments for 3 months with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
kind of crew who types the word functioning in bold, italic, and underline.
March 16th, Just Okay 8 at Plaza Live. We want to see your beautiful faces, and it always turns into a wild party, and this year will be no different. The St. Patrick's Day Blowout Spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to give you more details of what to expect for this year for Just Okay 8 and its new slot in March, right before St. Patrick's Day. That is coming shortly. We're getting everything set up, everything set up for you to be able to buy tickets. And there's a lot. There's a lot going on. And I said the other day to Courtney, I was like, should we get a bagpiper? It's St. Patrick's Day, after all. We're leaning into it. And
bagpipers are cool for all of 5 minutes.
I know it gets real old real quick. And then you go, oh, stop playing. And I found this dude who's like in Orlando, and he's a very accomplished bagpiper. But bagpipers are in mega high demand that time of year.
Yeah, it's like the only time they are in mega high demand, pretty much.
I think we need to focus on the other element of St. Patrick's Day versus the bagpiper.
Their Christmas is St. Patrick's Day. It's they're equivalent to Santa Claus on Christmas. It's
Mariachi band on Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, very much the same thing. Like that's when everybody's calling and they're all booked up. And
we need to find some leprechauns.
That is so true though, because I think I've told the story before about when I was at a wedding and there was a surprise because the bride's, the groom in the wedding, the bride knew that he loved bagpipers. And the wedding was inside their house. So we're like all indoors. And his wife goes, okay, here we go. I got a surprise for you. And 2 bagpipers, while playing a song, make their way in from the backyard and in through the patio and then into the living room of the house. And there's like 30 or 40 people inside this house, a smaller house. And all of a sudden, everybody's looking around realizing they have just started this song and it is unbearable in here. Not only is it just like bagpipe noise, it's really loud in this enclosed space. I got a neighbor who's trying to learn the bagpipes, and I hear him every once in a while playing, and they're probably 3 streets away, and I could hear that carrying over to here.
I had a bagpipe neighbor for a while when I lived in College Park with my dad, and I remember it wasn't probably as much of an annoyance to everybody else because it was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, but to me, College Sea Lane, that was like sleep time. And so I would often wake up to him practicing his bagpipes, and it's always the same damn song, I guess. Maybe it's like the first song everybody learns.
You know that one?
That was perfect.
I know.
Cut and print.
What? You don't know what I'm talking about? That's the one that everybody plays in the bagpipes. What song were you talking about?
No, it's like that funeral song.
I was thinking Amazing Grace, if anybody was curious.
Oh, okay. No, I was curious. I just thought it was the song that everybody always plays on the bagpipes. I don't know the name of it. I just know how it goes.
Common bagpipe song.
The one I'm talking about.
I Googled it too. You guys.
People will know what I'm talking about from that. It's close enough. I didn't hit the exact notes.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, that one.
What's it called?
It's called Scotland the Brave.
Oh,
Not even
that's
Irish.
beautiful. Just very, very beautiful.
It's beautiful, but then it's that hum in the background of it that drives me nuts. Like it makes me itch.
They're doing that though, right?
Yeah, with their armpit.
Yeah, they're like filling up the like a thing with air, I guess. And I don't know.
Wait. Is the hum?
No. They're doing 2 things at once.
It's
that thing. I mean, this is annoying, is it not?
I think it's 2 bagpipers, and one of them is just doing the hum. But no, the actual crazy part about the bagpipes is that it's not your wind from your mouth that's making the note. It's the thing like you were saying, Sean, that with your elbow, it's the big bladder that you're pushing on.
Yeah.
And then you just keep having to constantly fill the bladder with air.
That's really distracting.
It's sort of like how circular breathing works. Like if you're playing a wind instrument and you want to just sustain a note, like when they were like, Kenny G can play the G sharp for an hour. And you're like,
cool,
boring. Get a life, Kenny.
Is that the second time Kenny G's been brought up on the show this week? Or no, that was Michael Bolton who almost died.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's right. That was him, unfortunately for him. All right, before we go to your dispatches, let's go back over to this very entitled couple that allegedly, if this is all true, crashed this coffee shop, which was called Mansion Society. And Mansion Society, very, very full of yourself name for a coffee shop.
I did find their menu, and
Is it expensive?
It's not as expensive as I would have assumed, considering their name. You know, you can get yourself a chicken salad croissant for $13. Your latte $4.50.
Okay, that's not that bad. It doesn't seem too crazy. It's weird to me that it's a coffee shop that you would even think of to have as a venue for your wedding. And they called it a pop-up wedding, this couple. But really, it was just them being jackasses and showing up unannounced.
It sounds more like a wedding that's been smashed together with a flash mob.
Yeah, that's what they do when there's like a whole bunch of teenagers who all rob a gas station at the same time, and they're like, it's a flash mob. And you're like, no, it's not a flash mob. It's a robbery that's happening. And also, this is not a pop-up wedding. This is you just doing a wedding somewhere.
I think it is a pop-up wedding. I think this is the definition of a pop-up wedding.
It was really screwy that they did this. But the Mansion Society responded because the couple said, fine, you guys are whining about this. We'll give you $200. and they responded.
And look at the footage, man. Like, a lot of people showed up and took over the space.
Here it is right here. This is a whole full-on wedding. Like, they're cutting a cake. They're doing everything.
That's insane that they just walked in and did that.
Yeah, and then the staff, if the staff came over, it was like they were either servants or like they were bothering them. They said, wrap it up, and they're like, we'll be done in about 10 minutes, okay? Just leave us alone. We're doing our wedding here inside the coffee shop without any permission.
Now,
so they said, go ahead.
Go ahead, you're reading that.
No, go ahead.
Well, they said, this is from the coffee shop. It says, I'm co-owner of the coffee shop. I've sat down with my partner and our staff, and we're all in agreement, including the building manager for the leasing company. You took control of, without prior notice, to have your wedding here for more than an hour. The person that tried to make a reservation for a table of 6 to sign some documents was with the building manager, to which he told us, but we don't make reservations if we don't do private events that obviously have a cost. That was a little bit all over the place, but they're saying, look, you got to pay if you want to have an event here. When both you and your group arrived, they asked about the reservation, to which the barista on duty answered, we did not make reservations, but you could have a seat at the long table and you could come up to order and we'll bring everything out. Without asking consideration and zero care to those patrons around you or us, you proceeded to have a wedding at the coffee shop with a group of at least 20 people, moving sofas, chairs, coffee tables, end tables, cushions, etc., leaving our staff to return everything to its place. We don't need a donation of $200. We need you to pay the fee to use a place that you did not previously hire for a wedding ceremony. The normal rate for a weekend rental is $500, and we look forward to receiving the payment.
A cheap rate for a quote-unquote wedding venue.
Hell yeah, for a wedding venue? They said, since for more than 20 minutes, you and your party interrupted the entrance to our building, blocking customers with your photo shoot at the main door, just like when they entered the cafe. And they said, when our barista asked your party to please move out of the way, you said, no, wait at least 5 minutes. Your guests went as far as to block our parking by not even using parking spots and just lining cars along the entrance valet style. Your donation, in quotes, doesn't even meet minimum consumption requirements, our rental fee, or a tip to the staff working for having to work this event for free. So they just said, no, we want at least $500 here.
I'd have gone higher. Here's the problem.
At least $1,000.
Problem for me is the coffee shop is cry right now. Mm-hmm. But these people were there for over an hour. Walk over to the people and say, listen, buy coffee or get the hell out of here. Yeah. You're no longer welcome here. And if you continue to hold a wedding here, We're calling the cops and trespassing you. You are interfering with the operation of our business. You're blocking paying customers from coming in and getting coffee from our very poorly named coffee establishment. and so we need you to get out of here. Instead, they let it all happen, and now they're crying about it. That's a little bit to me where I'm going like, I don't know.
They said that they didn't stop it because they thought they were going to get canceled, which... I
get that, but
that couple could have turned it around very quickly.
Yeah, isn't that
feel
weird
for
though?
them.
That's kind of the day and age we're living in, where both sides are like, and clearly the couple is in the wrong on this. But we'll see what you think.
They were worried about getting canceled for stopping a pop-up wedding, but they're not worried about charging the pop-up wedding for having
they lost all that fear. They're no longer afraid of any of this.
Now that the fear of cancellation is over, let's talk turkey.
Well, we got an update on that Nevada judge where Deobra Redden jumped full speed at the judge, and then he was going to be back in the courtroom. Take a look at how they presented him back in the courtroom as this judge sentenced him to like over a decade, I think.
Ooh.
He had... I've never even seen anything.
Clarice.
Yeah.
Look at his hands. He's got like weird things on his hands that are like orange blocks, so you can't punch anybody or do anything. He's all chained up.
Insane.
Isn't it crazy looking? I'll put this up on See It Now for everybody so you can take a peek. It's really, really weird looking, and that's what they put him in jail. A lot of good it does now because he's already jumped at the judge and attacked her, but they figured let's not do that again. Again, I'll put this up on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Is that tweet complaining that she was still the judge?
It says, remember the degenerate punk who violently assaulted the lady judge in Nevada? This is him now in court, and she's still his judge.
Oh, around and find out.
Yeah. Like, the idea there, the inference there is that, oh, yeah, you're going to get a really bad sentence now, and you probably wouldn't have otherwise. Let's hear from Dinkers talking about baggy pipes, it says.
Hello, News Junkies.
Okay.
I live in downtown Eau Gallie near the Arts District, and years ago, me and my drunken buddy were wandering around the streets at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Heard bagpipes, tracked them down 6 blocks later, just a random woman playing bagpipes at 2 a.m., and those things can carry.
Oh, yeah. They do indeed. Somebody said, what was the sentence? Let me see. Vegas judge sentencing. I did see that he had blamed it. He said he was having a bad day. We mentioned that yesterday, I think. Poor guy. He's having a rough day.
That's why you leaped at the judge?
And now he's got his sentence, which was, I thought it said over 10 years.
And that's
for what he was there for. Did he not get charged for attacking her?
Yeah, he'll get another charge for that. This says 19 to 48 months in prison for the first sentence, but now he's got like battery charges, obviously, for attacking the judge, which will be something totally different and give him even more time. I don't know where I saw the other one, but yeah, 19 to 48 months in prison, which is 4 years max, though I don't think you'd probably see that. All right, let's go to Big T talking about the wedding.
Good afternoon, morning news junkies. Okay, so if I owned whatever establishment that someone tried to hold just a random impromptu wedding, I would tell them to get the hell out of my business.
Yep.
They have no right to come in there
He's trying
and
to
do
be
that
just
kind
like
of thing.
you.
It's my business. I can choose whether you're there or not. So as far as my concern is, get the hell out of my business. You didn't pay for this. With that, Big T out.
You know, a lot of you were saying this. Like, I would say, get the hell out of my business. If you were either the manager or owner, I believe that you would do that. I believe you'd go, hey, I'm in charge here. Get the hell out of here. But I don't blame, like, a barista if there was nobody else there to help them out who was just sitting there going, what's happening right now? I don't blame them for not making the executive decision to go, get on out of here. You guys can't be doing this.
Also, it's hard as a especially if you're like a young barista. Maybe this is an entry level job for you, and these people come in and start asking you to take their coats. I mean, you could be afraid to go, "Hey, that's not my job."
Yeah,
you know, like
there's a lot of pressure there.
In the throes of it, you're in the weeds. You have a bunch of customers. You're in robot mode. I don't blame them at all.
and there's a huge crowd all of a sudden of 20 people acting like what's happening is totally normal, that's going to be tough to go up against. Here is Bland talking about the 80-hour work week.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
I decided to do a little math with an 80-hour work week, assuming that we're also including Saturday and Sunday, because no job's going to give you that many hours and pay you for it. They'll give you salary and let you work those extra.
11 hours?
So anyways, so that gives you 88 hours left for a Monday through Sunday. I'm going to assume an hour commute time there and back, also assuming that gives you an hour for multiple jobs. So you got that much window to and from each job. That's it.
Oh, that's true.
So then I'm going to assume 6 hours of sleep a day. You're welcome.
Thank you for
that's
that.
42 hours a week. So you got 32 hours left in a week. So that's 4.5 hours per day to have a life. So you can have your
Not a
breakfast
lot.
and your dinner and do your groceries and do your laundry. You've got 4.5 hours a day.
Can't
All
even
right,
listen to
enjoy
our
that
show.
life. Bye.
Yeah, that's so. I think when there's people raging against this and they go, "Stop being lazy. I used to do 80-hour work weeks back in my day." Do you think that's how it should be? Like, should a person be relegated to having 4.5 hours to do whatever they want to do each day, and the rest is just like being a cog in the machine? Get back to work. Get back to work. And I don't blame some people for not wanting to do that. Doesn't sound like a great existence. Here's Shanna, with a dispatch for us.
So I just want to address the going into work sick situation, because I am a healthcare worker and my job does not allot me sick days. I have to use my paid time off days to cover any days that I'm sick. And we also go off of a point system. So if you have a certain number of points, you get a talking to. And if your points go up from there, you get written up. And after a certain point in time, you get terminated because you're sick. So your healthcare workers are going to work sick. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
That sucks, man. That's not a good time. Somebody says it's actually Angel on YouTube. Nobody is working 80 hours. Well, I'd have to assume there's at least some people out there working 80 hours. I don't think the majority of people by any stretch of the imagination are working 80 hours. Probably most people are working around the 40-hour work week. But there's a lot of people out there. Truck drivers pull some long days. There's a lot of people working much longer shifts than they have before.
I mean, if you're not taking weekends, that's a little over 11 hours a day.
Yeah, and your whole life is just going to be about whatever it is that your job is. One more, not sure, has a dispatch for us, and it says, funny story. We will decide if the story is funny, not sure. We will decide.
Funny story I want to share with you guys.
We will decide.
I was depositing some cash at a Chase ATM. The bank just closed, so it's that ATM. Once you walk inside the front doors, it's right there. And there was a disabled gentleman and a woman with him trying to withdraw cash. And I let them go first, so I'm waiting there, and they know I'm going to be depositing cash. And it wasn't working for them. It said error. It didn't say, insufficient funds. It was just error. And she goes, oh, I bet you I know why this is happening. And she was talking to me, and I said, oh, why? She goes, oh, you haven't heard? And so right away, I'm like, oh, something happened today on the news. Maybe there's something I didn't hear about. And she goes, yeah, they're letting 7,000 illegals over the border every day.
Boy.
And I go, huh? And she goes, and you know what else? You know what happens after the first? I said, what? She goes, illegals can buy guns without permits, and we can't.
This is all why the ATM wouldn't work?
And again, I was just standing there listening, and I deposited my cash. And it's sad because I bet you I know who she's going to vote for.
Yeah, well, what he's saying is this woman is just kind of like deranged and buying onto stuff that likely she ran into online and just thinks is the truth. And this goes to something that I've said multiple times on this show. It's one of our biggest issues that we have right now. People are mad. A lot of people are very mad. And most of the time, they're mad about a fake version of what's going on in the world, right? So they're mad because, not because we need to fix the issues at the border, maybe build some more wall, maybe tighten things up and make it so we don't have so many illegal immigrants rushing into the country. They're mad because illegal immigrants are going to be allowed to buy guns without permits. And it's like, well, is that true? No, that's not true. But you're mad about a fake version of life. You're mad about a memeified version of life. And on the other side, you've got people who are like, angry that they think in every school there's transgender swimmers that are beating out biological females, and this is unacceptable and unfair, and that's happening everywhere. It's like you're mad, you're angry at a fake version of the world. There's plenty of stuff to be mad at for real, but it's a lot of people like that old lady who's just, they believe in a different version of reality, and that is a problem. It's tough to combat that. All right, when we come back, we're going to get to you. We'll hear more of your dispatches. Plus, the Native Americans are upset. They're very angry about something that's happening right now, and this was unexpected. Didn't know this was a big issue with Native Americans. They got heated over it, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a disabled vehicle off to the right shoulder on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between State Road 429 and Oakland Exchange. Watch out for that one. On John Young Parkway, there's an accident southbound between Silver Star Road and Princeton Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive eastbound at McGuire Road. The right lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Folks, we live in Central Florida, and it is so important that your air conditioner works perfectly every single time you use it. That's why I strongly suggest a call to Mills Air. They have been in business since 1992. Yes, that is over 30 years, 32 years in running of experience in keeping Central Florida cool. Their techs are the best. They're super polite. They're very, very well informed. They can service any brand AC out there, so you don't have to worry about that, and they're super honest. Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call, 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Melissa Etheridge, I'm Not Broken Tour. April 11th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Melissa Etheridge in concert. I'm Not Broken Tour. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Carl Black Chevy is an official sponsor of the 2024 Hula Bowl at UCF FBC Mortgage Stadium on Saturday, January 13th. The Hula Bowl All-Star teams will feature 100 of the top college football players from the U.S., Canada, Australia, and Japan. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. Carl Black Chevy Buick GMC Orlando is located at 11500 East Colonial Drive and online at carlblackorlando.com. Chevy, find new roads.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. Solarsource.com.
Law from McCoffin Lind in the Under Oath podcast.
You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Gather your loved ones. Round up your friends. The all-new Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. Non-stop, all-out. Fun for everyone. Be amazed by superhuman performers attempting daring feats. Laugh out loud. And move and groove to the rhythms of the world. Take your family on an unforgettable journey, all at the greatest show on earth. Playing this Friday through Monday at the Amway Center. Great seats still available. Visit ringling.com and get your tickets today.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Bayer, and this is my brother Jonah.
We're two siblings who love to talk about our childhood and nostalgia and how it shaped us into the people we are today.
Who are absolutely thrilled that the third season of our podcast, How Did We Get Weird, is now out on your listening wherever you listen.
Check out episodes we've done with Will Ferrell, Jenny Slate,
Weird Al Yankovic,
Jason Isbell,
Keenan Thompson.
The list goes on and on.
Be totally tubular and listen to How Did We Get Weird on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. Grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
Are you guys alive back at HQ still? Everything all right?
So far, so good.
Man, alarming emails going around.
Looking forward to the drive.
Yeah, I see like there's a lot of bad weather alerts where iHeart HQ is. And, well, I mean, really everywhere around here right now. And the boss sends out an email, and it's like, hey, not for nothing, but if you need to, there's interior stairwells, and that's where we want you to hide when the S really hits the fan. And I'm like, oh, my God, great. That sounds very good. Is it actually nasty there now, or is it just like
I don't even think it's raining.
I mean, it was like, very, very windy. It was whipping around. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been that way all day long. And I know it's supposed to be getting worse here in a bit, depending on when you're listening to this, obviously, and where you are. But, the email going around is like, hey, if a tornado rips through iHeart headquarters, find yourself some safety in one of the interior stairwells. And I go, damn, I thought it was going to be bad, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad. This is crazy. And you guys got to drive in this? I will say, as a man who has driven through many a hurricane, you guys should not drive through this weather. I think it's better for you to stay there. I think you guys should
staying here. No,
hunker down. Make sure that you're safe. It's better safe than sorry, as
I'll
they
be good.
say.
I have my Homeland Security badge from last hurricane. I should be fine.
Yeah, you do have that, but you don't want to risk it, really. This storms come out of nowhere.
I just looked out the window, and it's really dark, but not a lot of movement. It just looks like it's later than it is.
All right, just looking out for you guys. I want to make sure everything's okay over there.
Or,
really
you could pick us up. Since you are familiar with driving through bad weather.
That puts more people at risk. I don't want to do that. But I can tell you, all right, it is
Imagine how much less risk we would be under if we were there.
If you, that's true. Too late to make that argument, though, I think. Don't forget.
They didn't want to hear the arguments I had to make.
March 16th is Just Okay 8. That is going down March 16th at Plaza Live. Take note of it. Put it in your calendar. Tickets coming up before too long. You'll be able to purchase your tickets. Act fast, especially on VIP, because they have sold out every single year we've done this event, and they generally sell out very, very quickly. When you get VIP at a Just Okay event, the stuff that you get in your swag bag is pretty unbeatable. You're talking like hats. There's always like big products in there. Moses is working on adding something into all the items that will be in the swag bag this year. But there's been shirts, there's been various big time items, and there's a lot this year that you're going to get. So make sure you're ready to go. March 16th for Just Okay at Plaza Live, a big St. Patrick's Day bash. I thought we were going to the moon. That's all I was waiting for.
Oh, man.
But it's not going to work out. They say Astrobotic Technology, the company that developed the first lunar lander to launch from the United States in 5 decades, said they're abandoning their attempt to put Peregrine on the moon. It suffered critical propellant loss from a fuel leak, and they don't have the fuel to make it to the moon anymore. So
they're just
not going to be able to
be junk in space.
They're going to get it as close to the lunar surface as they can, and then they think that it's just going to kind of crash down, I guess. They only have like 40 hours. It's just not going to work out for them. And there's another one coming up. Here's the thing. The Native Americans are mad. They are angry about this, and I did not know that they would appear and be very upset. But here's what's going on. They may have been hoping, doing whatever kind of dances they needed to sway this, that this exact outcome would occur, because the Native Americans said, if successful, we will be very offended by what's happening with your landing on the moon. In response, the president of Navajo Nation, Boo Ngren, has filed a formal objection with NASA and the U.S. Department of Transportation. He calls it an act of desecration. He said it's crucial to emphasize the moon holds a sacred position in many indigenous cultures, including ours. The act of depositing human remains and other materials, which could be perceived as discards in any other location, on the moon is tantamount to desecration of sacred space. They don't want these people's ashes up on the moon. And the Native Americans, at least those of this Navajo Nation, are letting their concerns be known. But that's not the reason why it's not going to make it there. It's because they don't have enough fuel to get there to begin with.
Well,
that's the real problem.
So Star Trek people, too.
I'm sure NASA will read the complaints of the nations and go, you know what? Let's close it up. No more moon. Let's go somewhere else. You guys cool with Mars? We got any Mars people? All right, good.
The Seminole tribe is not complaining because they got the legalized gambling now, and they're just really in a good mood. I would imagine.
Banger of a song to celebrate it. My gosh, that thing is an earworm.
That's a very catchy jingle, man.
The Tunnel song from earlier?
No, that one's catchy.
No. That was catchy too, but I'm talking about like me annoying my wife in the car. Like, hi, Rebecca, is in Florida? All that. Do it yourself.
It's a great jingle. You'll probably hear it at some point during the show. When we come back, we are going to do the final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show, with legs from eggs to regs. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hi, everyone. Jamie King with you now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida weather today. It's a Fox 35 storm alert day. We're warm, windy, highs around 80 today. Severe storms possible after 2 p.m. today. 100% chance of rain, strong, damaging winds, even isolated tornadoes possible as a line of weather moves through. That'll be the case for the evening hours. After that, we'll drop to the low 50s, clearing skies after midnight. Looks like we're clearing and cooler for our Wednesday, 63, sun-filled. For Fox 35, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Don't miss Classic Albums Live, performing U2's The Joshua Tree and their greatest hits live, note for note, cut for cut. Friday, January.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line, all while saving more than $700 over the competition. And with Speed Boost, your Spectrum Mobile phone will go even faster with speeds up to a gig for big speed, big reliability, and big savings. Get Spectrum One today. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Scottish Highland Games are for everyone. Why? Athletics, bagpipes, rock and Celtic bands, dancing, food, Scottish beer. Did I say beer? Shopping, games for the wee ones, and border collies. The Central Florida Scottish Highland Games, January 13th and 14th, Central Winds Park in Winter Springs. FLAscot.com. Scottish Highland Games are for you.
Real Radio wants to provide the assist on your holiday bills by putting $1,000 in your hand. $1,000 13 times a day. You know the drill. Just listen for the keyword to win $1,000 each hour weekdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do that on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer the phone from a number that will probably say no caller ID when they call back the winner, because that's how you get $1,000 in your hand. This contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Ugh, PB&J again.
Moms, you've got a lot on your mind. Packing a lunch shouldn't be stressful. FreshFromFlorida.com can help. They have plenty of quick, delicious lunch and snack ideas to freshen up lunchtime. Simply look for the Fresh from Florida logo where you shop for locally grown in-season fruits and veggies to please even the pickiest eater.
PB&J again. With Florida strawberries? Thanks, Mom.
Packing lunches has never been easier. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Premier Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Premier Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments
that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Premier Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 407-723-7135. 407-723-7135. That's 407-723-7135.
Mecum Auctions. The world's largest collector car auction returns to Kissimmee, Florida, January 2nd to the 14th at Osceola Heritage Park. Featuring 4,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, customs, and more. Broadcast live on Motor Trend and Motor Trend Plus. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
Didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. And
nice and dark outside.
Oh, is it really in danger over there? You got to go in the stairwell or what?
I'm not going into no stairwell.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you
Just
guys
gonna
get it.
book it on I-4.
Be safe, though. Do be safe. I think we have something interesting lined up possibly for tomorrow on the show because we just got a message from a teacher at that school where all this stuff went down.
With the student, the sex?
Yeah, the 16-year-old kid was in a relationship with a teacher who was 26, and they were having sex, and the 16-year-old's father knew all about this and said, well, if they're going to do it anyways, I might as well support it. And the father has been arrested. The teacher has been arrested in Texas. And
she's awaiting like extradition or something.
Oh,
like they're yanking her right back to Missouri.
Well, one of the teachers from that school heard us talking about it and said, there's so much more to this story. And so I said, can you join us tomorrow? So we'll see. We may have one of the teachers on from the school to tell us like the actual.
They're going to get in so much trouble over that.
Well, she said she doesn't work there anymore. She worked there up until last year at the school, and she knows what's actually going on. And there's so much more to this, she says. So we'll see. That could be on the show tomorrow. Let's do, in the meantime, our final dispatch. Here is Delicate Starfish to wrap things up on the show today.
Hey, junkies, just wanted to let you know, wrong way driver reported on I-4 out toward Plant City. So be careful, y'all. Stay safe.
Yeah, I see that happen like downtown all the time. There was somebody the other day. We've gotten an Uber to get back from the Performance Center, and as we're going down Orange, there's somebody who turned down the one-way street, and I go, oh, what's this person's plan? What are you doing? You can see the person's eyeballs just as big as saucers, and they realize what they've done.
Oh, that's 4 lanes of headlights headed towards me.
And they're like, where do I go right now? The last one, no, we don't have time for it, honestly. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut, brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there. Check them out. nationstrucks.com. Get the truck of your dreams. Big trucks, little trucks, lifted trucks. They got them all. Go to nationstrucks.com. The Clinton Presidential Center tweeted something out and then deleted it. Bad timing on this. They had a picture of Bill Clinton, and it said, Bill is sending his first ever email. Who is he sending it to? And obviously the replies were all like, Epstein, and so they deleted it pretty quickly after that started to go south.
That's hilarious.
And that'll have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, January 7th, 2024. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned in 1991, this lady right here.
That is Reba.
That's right. Reba McEntire back in 1991. Her band left San Diego, and they were in 2 private planes. Reba McEntire, her husband, and her stylist were intending to follow on a separate aircraft the next day while they got all set up for a show. One of the planes crashed, killing 8 members of Reba McEntire's band. Not a good time. Today I learned Alaska is roughly about 1/5 the size of the entire United States. If you overlay it onto a map of United States of America or North America, you would see that Alaska would stretch from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. It's a big old empty place up there. Today I learned this band right here. But I'm a creep. Radiohead. That's right. Radiohead was originally supposed to do the soundtrack for Fight Club, but they turned it down because they said they were exhausted from finishing up their 3rd album, OK Computer, and were unsure of whether or not it was going to be successful. Well, if I could travel back in time, I would tell them, don't worry, you're going to be just fine. This album will be big. Today I learned Princess Diana is estimated to have been subjected to 70 Gs, as in gravitational force, during the crash that killed her. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
Slow down, baby. That is Ja Rule. No,
Fat Joe's right. There he is back
Jada
on the
Pinkett
show.
Smith.
Today I learned Christopher Lee Rios, better known as the rapper. Oh, whoops, my bad. Big pun. Big Pun is the song. Wait, this is Fat Joe, though, isn't it?
It's Fat Joe and Big Pun.
Oh, okay, good. Both of them. That works. He weighed more than 700 pounds when he died, Big Pun did, at the age of 28. God, that's rough. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.
After the party, me and you could just slide for a few, and she could come too. Let's slide.